So first, Hazel,
Hi.
you're in the you're kind of ahead. Where are you heading? You are currently basically running away in a general southern direction, at least initially, from your current position, which is at the Beard Barrel Tavern, which is the if you look at this little battle map, you can see that it's that like magenta-ish color, like a pinkish.
Where is it?
Here.
There's
had
no
some
magenta
stuff.
on that at all.
Is that not okay? What's
Yeah,
that?
the
like
magenta's up there.
That's red.
Yeah,
This
the
is
magenta's
red
like
for you?
further up. Yeah.
This is red.
This looks like red. They both look like red. This is just a lighter red. I guess it's kind of magenta if you really look at it.
Okay, maybe like a pinkish. Okay, whatever.
Okay, but yes. So we are there.
Yeah. Well, yes. And you guys are currently going south. But so, firstly, are you prioritizing getting away from the Goliath group you guys at conflict with the giant? Are you prioritizing from getting away from where you were, or are you prioritizing staying with the group?
I am under the impression that everyone wants to make their way to the southern docks, and that is the impression I believe I was given.
That's a good viewpoint. Okay, that's not
So
necessarily
that
the
is what
agreement
I
of
am
everyone,
doing.
but it's a helpful thing to have.
Yes,
Since-
that is what I am doing, is making my way towards the southern docks.
Okay, because out of character you guys discussed some goals, but since it was out of character, I'm not viewing that as like canon, and that's good. Okay, that we're
Well,
taking it,
she's
that's good.
doing that regardless.
Okay, so you are heading to Seven Docks. Victorion is kind of prioritizing just getting away. They're going more directly south, but then kind of twisting a little bit. Okay, wait, actually, other thing. You're not flying. How, in which, basically, would you like to draw a line for how you intend to get to the Seven Docks?
Do you want me to
Assuming
just
the
like
build-
write up the entire path like planned?
Sure,
The
yeah.
person you need to actually ask
Or at
is
least the first
Moritar
thing.
because they're flying in the air faster than anyone else is, and is likely being our
Well,
guide moving forward to a degree.
The thing is,
You're also behind right now.
that's what I initially had in mind, but they ended up going a little slower in order to do some, not quite sightseeing.
I mean,
but
they
in
still
order
have
to
60
focus on-
movement feet just
Yeah, that is true.
like innately
Um,
without dashing, which is double what everyone
and I
else's
was gonna-
movement is dashing.
I will get to I was gonna do them next. I just wanted to get
Okay.
the initial people that ran out.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily have to draw the full extent, but what initial like turn will you make? Will you directly head south and then turn, or are you going to just quickly like shift to the east?
I will draw with the pen.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Assuming that you could like slide in between like this if you wanted to. Okay. All right.
Actually,
okay.
hang on, wait. I can streamline that path, because a rogue would streamline that path.
This would be like you getting down like a tight alleyway, but I think you could do it. Like it would be
Big.
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you do that also.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't wrap
Um,
around that house for no reason when I can just scooch through it.
Victorion would be going around towards kind of flying over buildings, heading in this general direction. So, okay. Now Moritar,
Yes.
where are you heading?
Alberta.
You would be a little bit to the west to some of the other people. You would be like around here. You know around like here or so. What
Alright.
you and Girk, and you can ask Girk questions if you need anything. They may know information that you don't.
How far can you fall without dying?
What?
What a fucking question to ask another person.
Fucking classic.
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what he said. It's.
How far can you fall without dying?
Oh, I thought how far can you fucking die? And I was like, that sounds a little odd.
No,
Okay,
how far can you fall without dying? Which I
Okay.
think is actually worse.
Yeah, if you push Girk out, he's gonna be mad. You
I
often think-
won't be
you
mad
haven't
for long,
done-
I don't think.
He won't be mad for long if he dies.
Oh,
He'll
oh
be
wait,
mad for the
wait.
rest of
You're
his
asking
life.
because your thing might expire soon. How long do you have before it expires? Like a couple of
12
an hour?
hours.
Or...
12 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
are
not
you
going
gonna
to
go straight
expire
to
soon.
Are you gonna fly straight to the volcano?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Well, not yet. Uh-oh.
Morotai will be
Um,
flying upwards until they reach probably about like 400 feet in the air, like on an
Okay.
angle, and then
And
flying.
What would you be doing at that point?
I tell you, I'd be flying towards.
And
the
I would let
southern
you
block.
do another perception check at this point to get general information. And at this
I-
point, because you'd be so high, I think you'd have a better look at like what was actually below in the city rather than just stuff above it. Meaning, I would give you information on groups within the city that you might see if there's like.
I'll do a perception check as I fly up directly to the southern
Okay.
docks.
You fly
to
up
roll a
directly
4.
towards the southern docks.
Yes, on an angle.
Okay. Why are you flying towards the south? Okay, okay, interesting. Okay.
I'm assuming I've literally seen 2 other people go in that direction.
Well, here's the thing. Did you? As
One's
in,
a-
you would
one's a-
probably
one's a
you would have
very
seen
close-
Sardonyx. Sorry, not Sardonyx. You have seen Victorian definitely, but with a 9, I think as you flew away, I don't know if you'd quite see like I mean, you maybe see the
bright,
general
colourful
direction, but like
bird
after
person?
they take a turn around the building, I don't know if you'd quite notice. You might not notice. Hazel.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Sure, go for it.
Actually,
She's gonna hide from
you
him?
did describe like Sardonyx flying over the like building top.
Yeah, I didn't describe Sardonyx yet, but Victorion is the person you would see in the sky because
Yeah.
they're not, not all partially because Issa is flying with them. Okay, yeah, I don't think you quite see Hazel. So you would just know that like Victorion went off in some general direction, is heading through this way. You're not, and one thing you actually do a Actually, I don't know if you would have heard that, so I was gonna have you do an insight check, but I realized I don't think you would have been privy to that information because you were kind of waiting outside a bit. Wait, did you recall? Did you recall Telf whispering something into the ear of Gurk?
No,
I
I
do.
wasn't near there.
Okay, good. I was gonna have you do something. Okay. Now, so you would be doing a beeline. Just to confirm, you would be going.
Yeah.
So you would just be heading to the 7 docks.
Yes.
Okay. You would. Okay. Now, Nornalis, and I would say I've talked to Amethyst or more so Sardonyx, and they'll be following you directly. And keep in mind, yeah, I also agree with the statement. Where will you be heading? I had an assumption that you would be heading in a different location. That's my little interest here.
I mean, yes, let's split the party because everyone decided to do things outside
I
of
mean-
their interests.
To be clear, actually,
We're all moving towards the. I don't know
Southern
why
docks.
people didn't follow me.
There-
Which
there
is
was a
trapping
discussion-
you in the south part of the city
also-
where if we can't buy a boat and immediately leave, all of a sudden we're trapped there and they're following
well-
us and we're dead. I don't
Did
I
I,
will
not
say-
take a boat there less than a day ago?
2 things I'll mention. First of all, yeah, the 7 docks is where most of the boats are. As in, there are traders set up there, all sorts of stuff.
But they are literally
At least
right
we're-
on
well,
our tail.
okay,
Like it's
wait.
not like we're really trapping ourselves in the south, and I don't understand
Yeah.
where the player character.
Okay, well,
disconnect
where are we
was.
gonna go instead?
The north, where
There
if they're right behind us, we can continue
Wait,
moving
wait,
north
wait.
to escape.
Cool.
This
Why would Hazel
conversation
know about what's in the
doesn't-
north?
This conversation doesn't necessarily need to happen because you guys didn't discuss this prior,
Nowhere.
albeit that's the thing, and also you're not necessarily wrong for not doing that because of how sudden this was. You guys, I don't think were planning to. I mean, I guess there could have been some time to be like, okay, once we get to the thing that Norlis wants, where are we going? But because of Sardonyx's wild, like, quick plan, things kind of got wacky.
Yeah.
Within that manner, would you be trying to keep in mind Sardonyx would be with you? Where would you be heading?
I'm very unfortunately following the party south.
Plan-wise, I wasn't expecting this outcome, I will say. Luckily, I did have. This is why it's good that I do battle maps long ahead. Okay, and set things up. Okay. Either way, you will be heading towards the 7 docks, and in which way? As in, will you be? Keep in mind, I'm assuming you're not flying.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Nornless. And
I mean, I
albeit,
can't fly.
I would
so-
say that actually Nornless isn't that heavy. I don't think they're carrying anything too heavy. I would say that I would give you the option of having Sardonyx pick you up. Assuming actually, what's their strength at? Actually, ooh.
No.
How,
we
how much
tried
would
that
Nornless
before.
weigh?
Like 220 pounds.
Oh,
No, he's a big boy.
Yeah, 220. He's 7'3". He's not a.
He's
He's
a big
not
motherfucker.
oh yeah, yay! I'm happy. I forgot you were a tall fellow. Yay!
He's a pure bulk. How'd you forget?
For some reason, I always kind of expect that like
Pretty boy.
a different person's going to be the tallest. And then I remember that like Abaddon's like 5'10", which is technically tall, but I
Abaddon does
don't
not have
consider that to
5'10"
be that
energy.
tall. Yeah.
Abaddon
Like, I
has like
don't-
6'5" energy.
Instinctually, I as Ian for some reason view that as being short, despite it not being. I don't know why.
For D&D characters, 5'10" is kind of short.
The average is 6.
Either way, would you like to draw up a path you're intending to go? And also, if you're trying to follow like the other person that will be ahead of you on the ground, I would like you to do a perception check because that person is Hazel, and they're kind of doing a fun like run fast and like slide against the walls type thing.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm not trying to hide from the party. I'm trying to hide from our assailants.
Also, I will mention that Telf did mention they could cast some spells on you in the past, and one of those was or may have been hinted at being flight or fly. So if you asked her, she'd possibly do that. As in for Hazel.
This fucking music slaps.
I need to turn it. Ooh.
I also have it very quiet. I can't even hear it.
Good. Okay.
Turn it up.
All
It's
right.
so fucking hard.
I would say so. You
It's
went
like a
pretty.
train route.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. You do not see Hazel. You end up moving like towards what you think is a pretty effective path. I mean, I think Hazel, being a rogue, would probably have the best idea of like how to navigate a city, the best. But albeit, by the way, the map for Tingbake is up. It's a fun map.
I saw you made it. Thank you.
Okay, and okay, finally, Abaddon. And this would include
Sexy.
traveled with you. It would be following closely, and right behind you would be Gert, who is angry as shit. Where are you heading? Are you, first of all, I guess I should ask you, are you prioritizing, I probably should have asked this to Norris, but I think I already knew the answer for Norris. Are you prioritizing trying to get away, or trying to stick with the party?
I'm prioritizing sticking with the party. I'm in no way, shape, or form
So, in this
capable
case,
of doing this solo.
you would be kind of moving after
Nornless.
Norris, yes.
Because I think he was
Alright.
the last person I saw before I managed to get the hell out of there.
Yep.
Sorry that I kind of vanished.
Happens.
Okay.
Rogues do that all the
So-
time.
I will say,
All your severe temperamental issues,
Hazel,
you don't hold against me.
since you rolled stealth, I'm gonna have you be kind of focusing on that necessarily.
Sure.
Abaddon, and Normal. Actually, normally, so you already rolled perception to do everything, and I'll just keep that as that. So, Abaddon, would you like to roll perception?
Oscar
Oh, actually, no.
Hoffman,
Let me actually do better. What's your passive perception?
9.
Okay, that's not good.
I've
That's
got a one
not
eye.
very good.
I'll have
I've
you
got
roll
one eye.
perception for something. Roll perception. And I'll explain what this is for a sec. Well, I might, if you get poor, I'm not gonna mention much. Okay.
That's the best
would
perception I've
say-
ever rolled.
I mean, okay.
It's
Wait,
a
that's the
10.
best
It's
perception
extreme.
you've
It's
ever rolled?
perfectly middle of the road. I don't think they get
Really?
anything groundbreaking on that.
Well, it's
mean-
11. Well, yeah, it's 11 maximum. Okay, so I mean,
It's about as average as you can
Norman's
get,
rolled
boss.
probably four, so I don't think they would quite see this. But just with a 10, I would say that you at least notice one thing in particular, which is there's a bit of steam coming out from over here. You don't know why, like, and this, for context, this is where you guys exited from the Paladin of Tyr, because that's what this is. It's to be the courtyard, and that's also where a giant troll you guys fought were. So you see
And you
a
said
weird amount of steam coming out from there.
Are we able to
Norris
discern
has-
that it's steam and not smoke?
I would say it seems like white smoke that actually wait, steam's
Steam is white, yeah.
yeah, that's it.
See-through.
I mean, I think you could get, it's possibly steam, possibly smoke. I'll say that much.
Okay. I can work
But
with
it
that.
doesn't look. Actually, and also I would say that like you know what, actually, yeah, Hazel, I will let you do a. Actually, I'm just gonna use your passive perception instead. And do
My
it that
passive
way, it's more
perception
fair.
is 18.
Okay, yeah, you would see it. You would see that. Okay. And I guess I will if Abaddon and if you guys wanted to roll like a straight int check, you could try to determine like just based on coloration if you guys think it's more likely to be smoke from a fire or smoke from something else or steam or some other gas. Okay. Otherwise, I would like, Okay. How do I want to go with this? Okay, so you guys are now rushing away from the party. I would, or more so the people are chasing you. I would like someone to roll a 1d100.
I'm not touching that shit. Last time I did that,
I'll
my bird
roll it.
exploded.
Why?
Last time I did it also went poorly for me, I think.
Damn, we both rolled it then.
I think I rolled a 9 last time I did it.
Okay.
I rolled high, which I thought was good, but my bird exploded.
What a sentence.
Okay.
Yeah,
My bird exploded.
I was horrified.
Oh boy.
It's on par with
Whoa.
he burnt my shake.
Wait, is. Oh, I didn't realize Amethyst got here. I forgot. Okay.
Oh, they.
Whoa,
I don't
did
think
you
I
get
said
here?
anything. Hello, Amethyst.
When did you get here?
What up, my guy?
Okay. Amethyst, you would be traveling with Normless on foot. And just to confirm, so Normless is heading to the southern docks, which might not have been their direct goal, what they would like to have done, but that seems to be the place where some people ahead were going. Would you have continued that, or would you try to have convinced them or gone a different path?
Yeah, if we want to go somewhere else, you can try to
'Cause
just talk to us.
I will mention the southern docks is the place where there's the most boats. There's also the most, assumingly the most people.
Isn't that where I came
And
from
that
as
also
well?
means that there's the most, if you have, since you guys have a ton of ancient weapons, it's a double-edged sword in regards to that. As
I mean,
in,
do we
you could-
appear to have a bunch of those weapons? Like, are they very visible on
Well,
our persons? Probably.
Not, well,
How come-
some degree. Some of you are carrying them, but
Um,
also,
I-
and
I
that's
think
not to
The
say that all
only
of them
items
are
that are visible
identified.
right now are the mask that Sardonyx wearing now, the Cleaver of Thrud, and Abaddon's axe.
I mean, well, and also Norlis took off his glove to show the hand. So I,
I mean,
think
there's
he still
not.
had
He's
his-
flying on a giant
Yeah, that
fly.
too.
There's nothing
I know.
stopping him from sliding his glove back on.
Yeah.
Also, you did say Nornless, but I presume you meant Moritar.
Yeah.
I think you also have
it
a
meant-
skeleton hand.
yeah.
I mean, I can
Okay,
try to convince, because if the Southern Docks is where I came from, right? I
Yeah,
feel like
you-
I would be like, there's too much ice here. We should be heading
Okay.
elsewhere.
That would possibly mean separating the party, because Victorion
it.
just went up, just tried to get away, and they ended up kind of going in an odd direction. And Moritar, who's on the sky and the fly, is heading straight to there.
On a counterpoint, I think if Victorion was actually here, like if Jade was here, I think they would probably just go with the party and not.
I only mentioned that because I asked them.
Oh, okay.
I asked them if they would prioritize trying to get away or sticking with the party.
Interesting. Okay. Never mind then.
I agree,
And they were never seen again.
but unfortunately, I don't know where half of everyone went, and I cannot communicate this to them.
Yeah, and you also were running.
Actually,
I'll
Nornless,
say,
were you one of the people I attached with Psychic Whispers?
Yes, if I remember correctly, it's literally everyone other than me and.
Listen, Abaddon.
So you can contact me right now.
I'm
Oh
listening.
wait, no. I think Psychic Whispers is only one way. I can't remember.
Yeah, but
It's
we
only
ruled
one
it.
way.
We ruled
We can
it.
contact you and you can contact us.
Okay, the reason I have to remember this is because I have the telepath feat in a different game, which doesn't give people the ability to respond, but the psychic whispers does.
Mhm.
Okay, so yes, you guys are still attached for, I believe, another, like, probably 40 minutes if I had to guess. So you can still contact me, which I believe that was 3 people, so I think I gave it to Sardonyx, Nornilus, and Abaddon?
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds right. So the 3 of them can still reach out to me at any time telepathically.
Sardonyx, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I think
you speak in character because you would be like at least like 40 feet away, I think, from them. At least maybe a little more.
Guys, Sardonyx wants to say something.
Are you saying this in the telepath thing, or are you just saying it out loud?
Oh wait, me dumb. If it's telepathy, you probably could. I'm sorry.
Wait, no, wait. I was saying that I think I would probably still be going to the Southern Docks. Although, like, I'll be like, I can try to convince him to go elsewhere since this is where I came in.
Alright.
I mean, I can just ask the question. I can just like voice my opinions to Hazel, and then Hazel can broadcast it. So I'll probably most likely say that to Hazel, that I came into the Southern Docks. It's the most populous area. I think we should head to another route.
Do you think we should head to the north then?
And I will respond. You should.
You can
ask
just respond as if we're talking.
Abaddon. Yeah, you should ask them to listen to Abaddon, because I can't ask them.
I fucking swapped the channel on my walkie-talkie over to Nornilus and then to Abaddon.
Sardonyx, you're right behind
relaying
me,
the
by
question.
the way. Like, within talking distance.
Yeah, you're
Arguably,
with Abaddon, or you're with Nornilus right now, I think.
Arguably, Abaddon should be ahead of those two
Okay.
because he's got extra movement speed.
By the way, with the 30, the following is gonna happen. First, there are the ice mephits that we're flying are following Moritar in the sky. Moritar, would you be just trying to move to your destination, or you would intend to try to fight them? Keep in mind you have Gurk with you, whom I would say probably has a sling of sorts on him, and possibly everything. But I'd say you'd see a sling.
I mean, I'm definitely still trying to move towards my destination.
Okay.
I'm also like 400 feet in the air at this rate.
Yeah, and they're flying towards you. Okay. However, due to how far in the sky you are and your speed, they do get up a little muddled, and I would say ultimately, you do manage to get mostly away from them. However, this does cause them to kind of be moved a bit farther away from the rest of the group, and are kind of more in the middle over here, with the
me.
possibility that they might end up going after Victorion, since that's a big, target.
Oh.
And then Abaddon, Gurk is like right behind you. You are in a position where you know that some of the other ones are a little farther back, especially the Big the Giant. But Gurk is actively chasing you, and I'd say the owl
Gurk,
would also
so
not be
bold.
too far away. Would you just continually dash, or would you at any point try to make any attacks? This would slow you down though.
I'd just be running.
Okay.
I'd just be. I mean,
'Cause
no.
I would say they're around like 15 feet away from you at any given point in time. Meaning, if you stop dashing, they'd probably get up to you.
Damn, they're fast.
I don't know. Stop him.
Isn't it troubled behind him?
Question. Is Gurk a barbarian?
Did I say Gurk was following you, or Gurk? Oh, sorry, Gort. Gort is what I meant. Gurk.
Is
You
Gort
said Gurk, so I got confused.
is Gort
Gort
a
is a-
barbarian?
most likely.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
he's keeping up
hard-
with Abaddon. Because Abaddon has
Yeah.
barbarian speed. That's why I was asking, because
Yeah.
otherwise he'd be outpacing him.
Gurk on the other end is who knows what is either somewhere between a rogue or a spellcaster. I think most people would not be clear on that. Okay. I'd say that most of you, so a lot of you end up getting pretty close to the docks. However, along this point in time, I would say first Hazel, and then Norlis and not Amethyst, Sardonyx. You guys would begin to notice, and actually also, I'll get to more on how they view this in a second. You guys would kind of curve around a warehouse of sorts. And you'd see, like, kind of flying around along this warehouse, this open space, are some fairies. One of which is standing on top of a warehouse and looks down to you. Do you keep running, or do you try to stop here within the context that perhaps these fairies could help you out?
Could you, I blanked for half of them. Who were you asking that to? Like, what characters?
Norlis, Amethyst, sorry, not Amethyst, Norlis, Sardonyx, and Hazel.
I missed the question entirely.
You guys, as you're running down, move past a warehouse of sorts, and on top of that, and possibly in, but also around, and definitely on top of that warehouse, let me look at the map, are some fairies, or I guess flying near that warehouse. And there's one fairy in particular who stands along it and stares out at you and looks out to you, almost moving her hand a little bit to get your attention. Do you continue running, or do you stop for any reason to try to speak to them within the context that they could be of help?
I would continue running.
Okay.
I'll wager that I didn't see them.
Yeah, given your perception. Well, yeah. I mean, well, the point is, you would be so close that, like, you probably would. I mean, with a 4, I would say that would be for previous stuff. At this point, what's your passive perception?
12, so not very good.
The point is, you guys would be getting pretty close to that area, and unless you're, like, just straight up focused ahead, you'd probably notice them. Albeit, if you feel like you wouldn't notice them, you wouldn't notice them.
We're being chased. Norlis currently has the item he's been seeking for well over a year now. He is dead focused on escape. He's not really paying much attention to his surroundings at the moment. He's just locked in.
Okay. Okay. Amethyst. Sorry, I keep saying Amethyst. Sardonyx, what would you be doing in regard to this?
I would still be running. I would also be following. Okay. I am badly injured. I am not stopping.
You do okay. As you guys pass them, you do notice that their interest changes from you, and they look out in the distance towards the direction Victorion is. It's in the sky. I don't know how far up in the sky they are, but I think a decent bit. Probably not as high as Mortar. And they would, let's say at least one of you, let's say Hazel, you would notice they have a horrific grimace, like, kind of forms on their face for a second, and then you keep running. Okay. Mortar.
Just for clarity, they don't see just Victoria.
Yeah, Issa as well.
They absolutely see a full-grown Issa flying behind Victoria.
That's what I probably...
Because they can see... Because Issa can fly by themselves now.
Yeah, but kind of what I meant to kind of say that, but I didn't want to directly... They look in the direction of Victorion, but Issa's most likely what they see.
Yes.
Okay. Also, quick descriptor, just I'll make it real quick. That particular fairy, had, like... seemed to have long, like, white wings. They had and they have partially, I guess, braided hair, to like an impressive, like, I don't want to say a Viking braid, but definitely like a possibly Nordic braid, and then have either a face tattoo and/or war paint on that's blue. Okay. Now, Mortar, you'd be flying over in that direction. You would see the fairies. Do you do anything in regards to that?
No.
Okay. Okay, so... Abaddon... Gurk keeps running after you, then stops as you keep running, and they start to... And they seem to mash their maul against the ground. creating a long array of ice along the ground through like some type of strange magic effect because of them all that seems to like slide towards you. Do a dex save.
I'm gonna get that fucking mole.
You also get to do it at advantage because you see it coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Barbarian.
Okay, so when I said ice, it's not like they're shooting ice from you. The ice is like sliding along the ground. Okay. Oh, just quite. Okay, I was looking for. You just barely fail it.
What?
The ice slides along, and it gets past you a bit, and you end up slipping and falling and are now prone. I will mention that the main person chasing after you is Gort. Trebold will be with you, and they actually, yeah, Trebold will also need to roll.
I am fucked.
For the sake of consistency, they use their action to attack. That means they cannot use their action to dash, which means
Yes.
Abaddon only needs to use half of his current movement to get up, and then
Yeah.
action dash. He still has a lead.
Yes, and I will say that like the ice went out a bit, and so yeah, Abaddon, like, yeah, that is the case. They're not that close to you at this point in time. As in, they instead of using their time to dash this turn, they did do that, so they would be more than 15 feet away from you. Most likely. Well, it depends on. Let's see, the initiative function would probably be after you anyway. But order. Let's do.
Oh, I'm getting up and running.
Okay.
I want to live.
Trebold would also have fallen as well. So both of you had gone prone a bit. However, you guys managed to keep running. However, this has slowed you down a little bit. However, since they did make an action to do that, it didn't like create too much of a thing. However, it did slow you down a bit, meaning if other things were around, that could be an issue. Okay. Finally, some of you, I would say, okay, Mortar and Hazel will reach the docks first, and then not too long after, I'll get to Hazel and, it's not Hazel, I'll get to Sardonyx and Normus. So I will put you guys down. Okay. Let me just. By the way, I'm going to be adding some tokens to this real quick. So if you see
Oh my.
some pop in, just
That's
keep
a
that in
big
mind.
map.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, heaven have mercy.
That is a large map that's probably going to be filled with people. Yeesh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm
No,
still
no,
adding
it's
stuff
fine.
there. I was. Okay, good.
You're fine.
Where is? Oh gosh.
Listen, we
okay.
made our bed. Now we must lie in it.
Moritar, quick question. Do you remember the name of the like Viking guy that was the like captain of the boat that Victorion first came from? I don't think you do, but in case do you?
No,
I
I
was gonna
kind
add
of
it on.
want to send the Batman bill on me. Do you know how little that actually narrows it down?
You met him, I think.
Met a lot of Viking men who couldn't be captains of boats.
No, I mean the one that Victorion, it was the head of a boat that Victorion was snuck onto, like, or was snuck off of. Initially, when they initially joined the party. Okay, I found their thing. It's okay, good, Saxon. That was her name.
No. Never met that character to my knowledge.
Okay.
What can we see? This like the actual
So-
token now and be like, oh.
The main bits that you guys would notice is there is a big kind of a large ship of sorts over towards the western portion of the docks that is armored and has a flag associated with the Flager clan. There is a boat that's kind of, there's a bit of like corpses towards one boat in particular, of which there's only like one or two people on. Really fun. Well, Actually, I would say it is abandoned functionally, albeit there are people near it whom may try to, who clearly are interested in it. Then there are some farther eastward. There are some other boats of interest, and then finally to the north east portion of this map, there is a very large boat that looks to be in great damage. That looks like it had been partially ripped in half and smashed against the wall, like the city walls. Okay, and I will put you guys around Hazel here, and Mortar, you'd be around here, and your Fly, I have a new thing for it right here. And then okay, yeah. Alright, okay. So Hazel, there is a gate that currently looks unguarded, but it seems like there may have been people there in the past. Where do you head? So once you kind of get to the like this general area, are you headed towards a particular direction, or are you going to kind of chill out once you get there? Within the context, there's enough people there that like the likelihood of everyone kind of getting all of like the Goliaths and whatnot still chasing after you, fighting you, might be lessened, just because that would create a commotion and might put them at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm absolutely waiting until my friends get here.
Okay. Alright. Then I would say eventually Sardonyx and Nornless, you now arrive. And I'll put you guys down. Nornless and Sardonyx. Oh, you guys, wait, let me, wait, do I even have lighting? I don't think I need to have lighting. Yeah, I don't have lighting on this map, I don't really need to. Okay, and you guys would enter the city. Then finally, after a little while, Abaddon eventually Gort stops running after you, and they stop a bit and seem to wait for the rest of their group. And you and Trabold keep running, and eventually you guys do get to the docks. And I'll put you guys down. Okay. Can we change the music up slightly?
I don't see where you put me down.
Yeah, I'm putting you down now. Here.
Oh,
What type
okay,
of
my
music
bad.
are you thinking?
Are
Are we doing combat or more downtime?
view it as downtime. Okay.
I would on.
Sardonyx, what happened to your token?
What is my token?
For some reason, it's not. It's like partially invisible or something.
What?
Oh, there we go. Oh, I
Oh,
see.
what?
Okay, there we go.
Oh.
We drag things here. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna keep adding some tokens here. You guys are now in a position where finally you've gotten to the place that where a decent number of people are. This is where trade is about. This is the likely place in which you can leave the city. Victorion hasn't quite arrived yet. However, are you currently looking out for them or no?
I mean,
I think
yes,
I'm
in the
looking out for
sense
everyone.
of as much as we possibly can. We're not just gonna stand around
As in, are
and like do
are
a
you kind of
360.
scouting the area, or are you searching the skies for them? Is what I mean.
Are you asking me specifically?
Any of you actually.
Hazel's looking towards the ground, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Abaddon just sort of collapses on the ground and looks up for anything.
I can try flying up and looking in the sky.
At this moment, I think we need to get on a boat and leave. That should be our top priority. And
It would take 5 minutes to catch up.
Gort is
I don't think we
literally
have
like
5 minutes.
on your butt. Like he is damn near
Yeah.
made impress you. So ask that question
Jesus.
again.
He pissed off so he can go fuck himself. I need a minute. Fuck it now. Sononics,
Yes.
what the fuck was that? I mean, kudos, I'm surprised it worked, but what the fuck was that?
Yes, we can disparage her for her actions later. We need to move.
Alright, fuck's sake. That's got about.
Sardonyx, your tight, like, free person, like, canoe is over here. Pretend there's 2 more paddles there.
At a glance, Ian, how many boats look like they could properly accommodate? Let's change that word. Comfortably accommodate the size of our party currently, including
Okay.
the 2 NPCs.
There
And
is
Issa.
one
Issa can fly.
seemingly possibly uninhabited one. It has a bunch of corpses on it, albeit there's a person standing outside, and I would say there's some. I'll add some more people near that area. And then there's the big ship, which I would say Abaddon and Mortar would have seen before.
There's one here?
This ship over here. When when you saw it, you would have saw it kind of sail out in the distance after you left that left the Vala catacomb the last time you went in there. After you defeated the parasite that was petrified, which I'll be honest, I don't like the way that encounter went, the petrified parasite thing. Anyway, the bit was you know that you were in the belief that this is a flagger ship. This, you remember initially, you remember it being, they were searching around the area looking for Arthur, whom is entirely possibly now captured and dead. You're not really sure what happened to them. What you do know is that this seems to be the most, like, within the area, this seems like the big, like, powerhouse. It likely has some, it looks to be they have some trade open and some other stuff. In terms of other boats, there is a decent sized thing which looks like this, and actually, sorry, this boat over here looks like it could maybe just barely kind of accompany all you guys. It'd be a little tight, but you could probably do it. And then there's a bunch of boats strewn about which have a smaller amount of people. Sorry, not smaller people, just smaller boats here and there that can maybe accompany, like, there's a couple singles, a couple like double boats here and there, and you know, some other stuff here and there.
Alright, don't let us pick your poison. What boat do you want?
The one that appears to have less people on it. Let's see if we can perhaps purchase it from this fellow here. And
Do you even have money?
I
Enough to purchase a boat?
don't know. I've not bought a boat before.
They're rather expensive.
Mortar will fly over.
Okay.
I can't
The second you fly over the fly, this guy starts screaming at you.
I am like 400 feet in the air.
Okay, sorry. He starts pointing, and people look, and they see an armored figure, with flame emblazoned upon their, like, skull zone,
You're
riding a
scaring the
horrific
hose.
fly, and a masked figure riding behind them. A lot of people are looking at you right now in the sky, Mortar, and pointing.
I can't really
They've
hear
seen
him. I'm
some
too high.
wacky
I'm too
stuff,
high up.
but they're definitely, like, pointing at you. Okay.
As I
Actually,
fly
let me-
across, can I just drop like all my
Oh.
all 5 of my short swords?
There's one last thing I completely forgot. I meant I hadn't dragged in yet. It's rather important. The newts are here.
What? Where?
Yeah, I forgot to add that here. I'm putting them in right now.
The
Yo!
newts?
Yeah, the newts will be here.
don't think I met those lovely folks.
You saw
were there
them
when we first met them.
briefly.
We were
Missed
talking
out
to
if
them
you-
in the cave when we met you.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull the ones with names on.
Abaddon, I don't know how to break it to you. They don't need boats. They are not helpful to us at the moment.
I mean, they
That
might
is
not
a
be
scandalous
saltwater,
claim.
but yeah.
That's a what claim?
A scandalous claim.
Scandalous. It took me a moment. Okay.
Yes, more dudes.
Okay, so you would see the newts are hanging around and whatnot. So Abaddon heads towards them. Okay, back to Norlis. So you see a man outside, kind of standing along, next to like a tattered like thing that looks like they were selling goods. There are a couple. There's about like at least 2 visible dead, and 2 dead dire wolves along the area. How'd you go about greeting them, or at least initially interacting with them?
I just want to say, out of character, every time wolves are mentioned, I hate Moritar a little bit more.
Yeah.
Hey, this has gotten us a boat.
You have caused so much mayhem and destruction. It is insane.
Accusation.
It's not accusation, it's fact.
False accusations.
It's absolutely fact at this point.
No proof.
Good sir, Mike, Breton, and I are in need of a boat. Would you be willing to perhaps part with this ship if it is yours for a sum of coin?
I guess I have nothing now.
Alright then.
That's a damn shame.
Stop.
So
Let
then,
him
how much
talk.
for that
Shut
boat?
up. Let him talk. Both of you shut up. Let the man talk. Out of character. Shut up.
Oh,
If I'm to sell it to you, I assume you would not want me on the ride, so I'd need to find my way home via another boat, which is fine with me at this point.
I mean, where do you need to go?
We wouldn't mind you tagging along. It's just we are going headlong into danger and you may not
Well-
want to.
I'm alone. I don't have the manpower of a means to take it back to my home city of Mannerfell.
Where is that?
However-
in reference
Sorry,
to
I
US?
said that briefly. Just sure. Let me wait for the page to load. It is here, I'll briefly show you since I might some stuff. If Roll20 wants it to load up,
It loaded for us.
go.
I mean, it's not fully loaded in.
It did for me.
Still
It did for
rendering
me.
it a lot.
Just saying in
Okay.
character, Abaddon
Um,
just walked right past the dude after he said he
But
didn't
we
have
haven't
anything.
bought the boat yet.
He doesn't give
Okay,
a fuck.
Yeah. You would know, yeah, so Mannerfell is to the east. It is on the Isle of sorry, it's on it's on a island, I guess I don't name it, but it's along the forest that's on the isle. It's called the Wolfwood. It is
Very south.
yeah, towards the east, southeast, I'd say. What you
Where is
additionally, what this means that this would be of the Mannerfell clan, which the only difference between the town of Mannerfell and the Mannerfell clan is an extra L. The Mannerfell clan has 2 L's.
Mhm.
But you would know that one, you guys saw someone almost certainly from that clan in the Palinary tier. 2, initially there was some understanding that people, when you guys initially entered the hotel you guys had went in to get to the crypt underneath, there was believed to be some people, at least I think you had heard or smelled wolves above it, so you probably would have believed those people were in the initial main stories or the main part of the hotel you guys went into. Then later, Abaddon, Mortar, and I think Sardonyx, encountered them in the underground, in the catacomb area, and discussed some stuff. And that's when, after discussion, Abaddon and Mortar started the Wolf Bitten Hand. So within the context of this, a lot of shit's happened in their clan. That the people who came here, the people that were near the hotel likely were killed by their own wolves, and the ones that were on this boat were killed by their own wolves. Possibly, you don't see too many other dead, albeit it's possible other people have already put their dead away. And this guy's assumedly the only survivor of that group, other than the guy you met who might be bled out by now.
Understood.
So let me put you guys back there.
That's rough,
Kind
buddy.
of a long-winded thing, but I feel like it's a helpful thing to remind you all of.
Yeah.
No, that's
fun?
definitely
Yeah.
that's definitely
Okay, good.
necessary.
I've got a question.
Alright.
How injured is he?
So
Stop.
he looks to be mostly okay, albeit he has like a lot of bandages around his ankle. It's possible he tripped and fell, but more likely a wolf tried to peel the skin off his foot or something, and he managed to get free.
Yuck.
Other than that, he's mostly fine, but he does clearly have a limp right now. Or I guess it wouldn't be basically functionally a limp because he's kind of walking a little funky because of a nasty injury on his foot or around his ankle more so. I'll take
Sounds-
if you could take me along. It depends on where you're going, but again, if you intend to go somewhere over the mountain far, I don't really have a way to get back on my own selling that thing. Where do you intend to go? Second, what are you willing to pay for it?
Familiar with what a boat costs? To be frank, our goal is. He kind of looks towards the group for is it okay? Is it okay to say type of can I just say Mount Flager?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, that
No,
might.
no,
that,
I wasn't.
That,
That wasn't to you, Ian. That
Oh,
was to the
sorry.
group.
You get a message in your head saying you can say Mount Flager. Don't tell him what we're doing.
We are going to Mount Flager. Not particularly the safest place around at the moment.
Why are you heading there?
We have our reasons.
We heard
Well,
it's a great tourist destination.
If you're heading
and-
there, I don't know if I'd want to even get on.
That is.
From what I
that
can
is
tell,
what I
is that
assumed,
the
yes.
is the
Ideally,
smoke
what
there
we're doing is
would
going to make it a little
cut
bit
up
more
my
safe at
lungs.
the very least.
do you have a way to deal with this to even
No, but we're going to
point to
try
the
our
island
best.
and you see the island at this point, and it didn't quite look this bad 2 days ago before you guys entered underground, but this thing obviously hasn't fully gone off yet, but it's always been smoking. The smoke has now kind of slid along the island and is now kind of fully blanketed the island, extending no, probably not a mile off of it, maybe less than maybe 20%, or actually maybe a fourth of a mile. Oh, actually I don't know about that. I'll just mainly say it's blanketing. The smoke is blanketing the isle at this point.
Okay.
And Abaddon would know that the smoke is possibly a bad news.
Not any way to handle it, but we are going to try our best. Yes.
I'll be honest with you. There's something I should mention. At the I don't really have much to go on for. Other people have asked me, but you guys seem more, I don't know, trustworthy. I don't know where it is, but
Hazel fully snickers out loud.
on that boat is an ancient weapon of my clan. I activated it. All I know, I don't know exactly what it does, but I know for a fact that whoever fucking caused our wolves to do this will fucking perish if they get anywhere close to that thing.
We've had
I
much
wouldn't
certainty
know.
to say that.
I haven't studied ancient weapons, unfortunately, but I feel like Sardonyx has to a degree. Would they be able to make a check to see what ancient items of the Manderfell clan they know about? I do it myself, but that's actually not my
Yeah.
particular thing in this respect. But
Yeah,
it
Amethyst would be a
is
bit better.
Sardonyx's.
Yeah. Let me look back at the list.
So maybe a history check potentially.
Yeah. Let me find the.
Do I make this an advantage or no? I don't need to.
Well, first. Yeah.
Well-
So you would have asked to do it. Okay.
What? No, I'm asking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Based on
History
my
check would be fine. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I got confused. Yeah. History would be good.
No.
Let's see.
This
where
an
it's-
advantage or no? No.
No, not advantage right now. No advantage.
God damn it!
Wow. Fuck.
We are rolling fantastic tonight.
Why not? Where's the...
Nah, this
No.
seems like normal rolls to me.
I'm sorry.
No, I feel like that would also make sense. But I have no recollection of this.
That is
I
fine.
I hate to
Not
ask the
even
teacher if we have
amazing.
homework, but how close has the how close have our assailants gotten?
So you don't know. At this point,
So they're not here yet.
yeah, you don't know. You guys, I think, do a perception check in terms of the sky. I would say that you knew that you. This,
Flying because
well, I would know that. Okay, Mortar would know that the Mephites have been scouring the sky, and so I guess in terms of that, because of the wall, you guys would just
Oh,
not be able to
now
tell
you
what's
want to
around.
roll?
Okay, so Amethyst, straight up, you don't know. You're like, you think it might be a necklace, it might be a tooth, it might be like an axe. You don't remember. You know that there was like the information on this group was kind of iffy. You think they had more than one, but you weren't really sure. But honestly, the one, if you really aren't sure, if anything, you think it might be wolf related in some way. That's your best guess. And even then, you're not really sure.
Now on a nat 20, what did I get?
Did Ian ask for rolls?
Yeah,
For
to
certain
see
things,
if we
for certain
get
people.
the people to
Okay.
Yeah,
if we can figure out if
you're
they're close.
yeah.
I'm
So
My bad, my
rolling
bad.
perception while flying.
You're,
oh,
okay,
people
you're-
are flying. Oh, if you're someone flying. Oh, in that case, I'll give you a different response. Okay, so how far up are you flying?
I never came down when I was looking for Victorian. When we were looking.
Oh, you were
around,
looking for
I
Victorian.
thought,
Okay, in that case, first, did you ever roll for that? For Victorian?
You didn't tell us to roll. We were just
Sorry.
like over
In
here,
that
and
case,
you
what
were
was your
like,
passive perception?
my passive. Yes, that's what you asked for. My passive perception was 14. It is 14.
Okay. So, firstly, you would have seen Victorian in the towards the west a little bit. They're maybe flying what you said towards here. I'm gonna use your perception for this ant that you rolled and for the other stuff. You would know that it looks to be that those fairies that some of you guys saw ended up flying towards that direction and are flying towards Victorian in the sky. Additionally, you also see in the sky some about I would say I think there's 3. I would say, yeah, maybe some more. Another one might have joined the party. I'd say there'd be 3 like things that you think are ice Mephites based on you seeing some before. Like they're little ice Mephite guys. I don't know if you fully identify what they were, but I think at this point you probably realize that's what they are. Or little ice guys. And they'd be flying in the direction, kind of looking like they're flying towards east as well, but also kind of keeping their distance a little bit. And how far? So also, how far above the ground are you? Like, since that stuff was in the sky, like if you were as long as you were like high enough to get over like the buildings and walls, like maybe 40-50 feet, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like at least 30 feet. Actually, more like that. You'd be good. But if you flying any higher than that, or no? And this matters in
Well,
regards
40
to
feet,
seeing
to be
the
honest.
scope of the city.
I would say I'm flying around 40 feet because if I was looking
Okay.
for Victorian, rather small.
So it's hard. You're flying a little high, but not as high as you could be in terms of seeing a good area. You do notice some things. You can see in the distance One, you are pretty sure that you see multiple arms spew out from like the ground near where the courtyard by the Paladin tier where you guys fought patrol, coming out from this, what might be steam. Then you see you can see out to the north, and you see that Gort has grouped up with everyone's favorite fellow, the Kodran. You see the giant looks a little far away, but it's getting closer. And it looks to be that some of the other groups with things with them, I mean the owl and the the owl. Wait, actually, sorry, I think like you don't see an owl. You see someone else that I think you have seen. You see. Let me bring it up real quick, because I think using the token would be you see this guy is with there's no owl. You see this guy is with Gort and Kodran. And you can see the two-headed ogre Etten thingy and the giant aren't far behind. Additionally, since you get to your 20, some other things of note, just quick by, is you see like some strange like dragony things flying near a portion of the wall to the like northwest. Not big. They I think you would probably know they're wyverns. You definitely seen wyverns before.
Mhm.
And then you also notice some other stuff. You see back towards the graveyard. You see, and more so, I guess from the graveyard, kind of moving a little bit toward like in the center of the city. You see a bunch of like armored creature figures, which I think at this point you would know, or at least actually I guess you wouldn't know. They are possibly like animated armor, or possibly people in armor. You're not exactly sure, but they're more likely to be animated armor. But there's at least 50 of those, kind of just interspaced around this like the middle west of the middle eastern portion of like the city. And then I won't give you too much more because you're not too far up. But if you flew up a little higher, I'd give you some more information, especially with that. Back to everyone else. Back to Norris. I'll give you. This is underselling it by a lot, but I don't really have much to give here. And if you're willing to deal with me in this manner, I think that's honorable of you. 1,000 gold. It's worth more than that by a lot, especially with our specialized trebuchet in there. But I don't think I can reasonably, I'll alone have the means to do better than that. Plus, it's unclean.
Well, I wasn't expecting that number. Out of character. Deadass.
Sorry.
No, you're
1,000's a
good.
bit
Are you
heavy.
expecting it to be way more? Because that's what.
I was also expecting a little bit
half
more.
expecting. Not expecting. I thought you would think about the amount of money that the party has actually earned up until now, because we have not actually collected a lot of money whatsoever.
Have
There's some
428
chances you
gold.
guys have. Also, you guys are at the biggest marketplace that you guys have been to, and the
We
entirety
are
of the
also
game.
under chase.
Yeah, like
Yes.
time is not our friend.
We don't get to sell stuff here. We
I
get to
think-
run for our
Well,
lives.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
There is a decent number of relatively strong people. The Newts aren't amazing, but they're not bad. There's some decently armed people over here, and then there's just a powerhouse of people over here, including what looks like a Durgar, a fully armored man, a Kenku, or at least you think it's a Kenku, and a fairly like an almost 9 feet tall, assumedly human with like glowing tattoos that looks like he would love to fight someone.
Not gonna lie, when I first saw that,
And
I
I
thought he was
actually would
wearing a
say,
speedo.
They're the grouping of like guards from here would probably be extended like closer to like the gate, at least to some extent.
See, my thoughts is all Kojin really has to do is yell that we have items on us of value and will be mauled by everyone in the vicinity because
Yeah.
greed. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
not eager on staying long enough for them to use that against us because we'll lose.
I'll be honest. Is 1,000 too much? I feel that it's within reason for a boat like this, but
I don't
understand
believe
that
it's an
it shouldn't be.
unfair price. It's just I did not think that gold it would cost that much, and my summary of gold does not quite meet that expectation.
No.
If you could do a thing or two for me, I'd be willing to give it for far less.
What do you need? What do you need? If you need us to
That
clean it,
depends.
we'll do that. We'll do that. What do you need?
Well, firstly, if you could find out who did this
No
and
clue.
get revenge,
We probably
because I
already
know
did.
our wolves don't act like this, it would mean so much.
I think that is a reasonable ask.
Okay,
Look,
Abaddon, when you said that, what was your kind of... I would say that would come off as a little rude, and he would look at you and be kind of have a nasty like face as you said that, kind of
sorry.
Sardonyx. Okay, so now Sardonyx flies back down as you guys are discussing things.
Yes, it says we need to leave now.
Working on it as best we can.
What is happening?
We need a
alright.
ship and we don't have money.
Let's do out of character for just a moment so I can like verify money people have. Could everyone just tell me or type the amount of money they have currently?
Keep in mind, this guy is seemingly alone. You guys
Could
the,
kill
the
him.
simple thing is, if someone wanted to already take this ship, they assumedly already would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be thankful that we haven't killed him.
Meaning,
I'm not murder hobo, but come on.
either one of two things happen. Either one, these people were assumedly fighting the wolves for like 2 days or so. Well, I guess a day and a half, but they finally beat them or died from it, which is unlikely. Very unlikely. Or more likely, the people have been dead here for a while. There might be more dead in the inner ship they put in or whatever. It's possible the negatives of it just being really nasty, or more likely this guy being surprisingly powerful, or that
coward.
ancient weapon he said is wackier than like he lets on, or something else.
Or he's a coward and hid.
Because it does, despite the bloodshed and whatnot, it is a intricate, nice-looking ship that seems to have a rudder-like thing that kind of more so is an actual straight-up trebuchet.
Okay. So just say, well, everyone heard when I did, and I didn't hear any conversation. No, wait, no, I did.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Let's redo that math. So with the people currently here, Amethyst.
I don't think we even have 1,000. Oh no, Moritar definitely does.
But Moritar's not currently
No.
here. Perhaps. What is that second task? Quickly, we do need to make our way.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
Can
what
we
to
hit you with
say.
an IOU and just like deal with
No.
it later?
Honestly, this ship is known as the Wolf Steed. It is well known within my clan. Simply put, I probably shouldn't be selling it to you, but people will know that it's that clan. If you could return it, that would be fine, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
honestly,
That is
but I
well
will-
within our reach.
Okay, and
Absolutely. We just needed to get to our
I have
location.
left the ancient weapon I mentioned.
We can return
be-
that too. Not a problem at all.
Well, if you, I believe it's melded with the ship, so I don't know how you'd have
We'll
to return the
return
ship as
both of
well.
them then. We have no need for
And-
either. We just need it for transport.
Okay, I will say I should probably mention, if you ever do meet that person, and they do get close to that ship, most likely, I don't know this fact, because honestly, I shouldn't have had this. I kind of I brought it without permission. Finrear may show their face.
If the person
would
who
be
did this
great in-
appears.
Yes, and they may harm many people, but certainly they would do what the task I wish I'd had. And also, if that does happen, I'll be honest with you, I likely will not live because I activated it. It may likely I'd be paying that for my life. So I'll be honest with you. Maybe I shouldn't have asked for money. If you can return the ship.
Can you
Give me enough money so that I can at least pay for the burials of some of my friends. And do it here.
This
Thinking
is not a place of honor. You do not want your dead buried here.
if
In that case, when you turn it to Mannerfell, I would like you to pay, to go directly to the Jarl of Mannerfell and or the anyone who works directly with them. Mention my name. I'm Carl. They will know me. And
Sorry.
we're,
Oh,
with a
come
K,
on.
so it's a little more Viking oriented.
Okay.
Cull.
So
will-
tell the Jarl
Hey.
about Carl.
Pay me. Pay them around. Just tell them what happened. I would say pay them around $250. Actually, I don't know how much. Ask them how much the burials will cost. It'll be reasonable. As in, I'd like you to bring what we have there with you. God, those twin brothers are still never came back. I wish I could have them with me, but if you're in a hurry, go. You don't need to pay me anything. Just expect to pay $200 to $300. Or, sorry,
Okay.
Gold to the people of Mannerfell.
how long of a travel would it take from our current destination to get to Mount Flaker? Would you guess, Ian?
So, well, this is a question I don't love to have because I
There's a-
honestly don't know how fast a boat goes. And I
See, no,
probably should've thought
it's
about
less
that.
so about the boat and more so about not letting Moritar onto the boat, so therefore they'd have to fly, and they are on a time limit, which is why I'm asking.
Okay, so Mount Flager is around, maybe a little under. I'd probably say it's around the closest portion of that island to you would probably be like 8.5, maybe 9 miles away.
Okay.
All right.
Also, for the sake of things, I'm going to say that a little more time that probably has happened. And I'd say at this point it probably would be like noon, I think. With the context that you probably guys woke up like around 7, maybe 6 a.m. It's a little more time than given, but I'd like to give you. You probably guys woke up probably around 7 a.m. So you guys have traveled around and done stuff since then. Albeit, honestly, it probably would be a little less than that. Actually, let's make it clear.
Honestly, I feel like it'd be
I'll say it's
close to
11 p.m.
dusk because we woke up, did battle with the dragon, navigated all the way out of the cavern system, which would have to take a substantial
wasn't
amount of
that far.
time.
It wasn't that far, honestly. You guys went down it was probably like a 10 to like 25-minute trek along the river to get to that area, and then getting out and doing all the stuff. I feel like it was probably.
I can't imagine the cave systems navigated anything less than like 5-6 hours. Otherwise, everyone would be within 20 minutes of walking into a dragon lair.
In terms of
and that's just-
getting from the dragon to the underground of the
Paladinary.
Palanir, it did not take 5 or 6 hours. It would have taken under an hour. Since it is waiting for a river, honestly, it probably would have taken up to maybe like 30 to 45 minutes. Actually, maybe up to an hour, I would say. Especially if you weren't like rushing things. Yeah, a decent pace, like just normal, not even necessarily running. You guys would have got there in an hour. By the way, I am self-aware of the pacing of this game. I know it's a bit slow, but you know it's fun. Okay, I'll put you guys back to the dogs.
Okay, you did not actually answer the question that I
What was the question?
asked. How long would it take Moritar specifically to fly to Mount
So
Flaker
if Moritar's
at
speed
120
is
feet per
60,
6 seconds?
Okay, well they can do the math for that. If it's around like around, I'll say it's around like 9 miles away. I'm in the understanding that they could, within the time given they have, make it to the island before 12, like within 12 hours, obviously.
Okay,
But
good.
it would be.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Yeah, but I think that they'd be able to continuously fly along with you as you get there. So within that means Carl is looking a little unsure if they actually want to stay here and just accept whatever happens. Albeit they don't actually know if you guys will run into it. Possibly you guys never do. So they look conflicted if they actually want to get on the boat or not. Albeit they also realize you're going to a place that may cause your immediate demise. So they're kind of looking spooked. So they're just sitting along. However, they did stand up initially a little bit and then do start to actually put some of the stuff in there. And they also seem to point down the water, and there appears to be a wolf below in the water that they start to kind of pull out. Do any of you help them carry the corpses onto the boat?
Yes, quickly and with haste.
Yes.
I want to get out.
You want what? You cut out.
No, I said I want to get out of here as fast as possible.
So while this is happening, I would say that so first of all, Abaddon, would you have been close to Nornalist and yeah, you were talking, so you were there. Sarnax, you showed up. Okay. Other people, Moritar, what are you doing?
Waiting for him to get on the boat.
Okay. And my point is if you wanted to quickly try to sell or buy things, this is your current chance. Okay. Additionally, this also goes for Hazel.
Hi.
With the context of, if you wanted to try to pickpocket people, this wouldn't be a bad place. Also, I should mention just a couple things. One, whom is openly carrying ancient weapons?
Regrettably, I do have the Cleaver of Thread out.
People have, and also I think that goes for Abaddon. Have you had your
Yeah, my axe is just on my hip.
People have been looking at you guys for a while now. You guys have a lot of eyes on you.
Which means I probably shouldn't do any pickpocketing.
Another thing is, some of you, particularly Normalists, albeit Normalists you're focused on, you guys see that Dragonborn that you guys met in the basement of the inn you guys went to. They seem to have like what looks to be a makeshift body bag near them, and they are sitting along alongside the docks of sorts. Also, in terms of other mutual interest, this area right here, there seems to be a flag of the Flager clan, not Flager clan, sorry, of the what is it? What's of the Skeg clan with the royal crest, indicating that these people may be directly associated with the Jarl of Gress, the king of the Gresshelm of Gresshelm. Given with the context that they might be people buying ancient weapons. Also, you guys see a fully armored knight wielding a baguette. And oh yeah, and finally, Victorion is getting pretty close. Victorion, you are being chased by the fairies. You here? Or did someone else join? It's not Victorion. But yeah, it is, I think. Hello?
Vicky?
Hello?
Beep beep. They're here.
Vicky?
What's happening?
Okay, so here's
What's
what
poppin'?
happened. The party decided, in a surprise to me, albeit, to head to the southern docks rather than the other docks, which I'm slightly surprised about. Actually, more than slightly. A lot of people kind of stuck together, albeit Mortar went a straight route there through the sky, like flying over things pretty far up in the sky. Hazel was in the front, and they kind of stealthed along things, and went the most effective route. Norlis ended up going the same kind of route, but didn't quite see them, with Sardonyx nearby them. And then Abaddon and Treble, finally got, there in the end. You ended up going kind of on a other path, mainly trying to like just get south, but you did end up trying not to get too close to where you think that warehouse was. However,
Right.
you flying in the sky decently high, at least from my understanding, it eventually attracted some of the ice mephits, those little like white guys with the wings, whom were initially chased after Mortar, but they went too fast, so they ended up going after you. And then, after a little while of flying, you saw some fairies that you are familiar with start to fly in your direction. And they're now chasing you along with the mephits as you head to the southern docks. Which at this point I'd say you'd see some of the people in the distance.
So fun. So fun.
Also, roll a perception check for me.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Why does Victoria... I'm not Victoria. Why does
Okay.
Mortar have a car?
Do they have a car?
More a car.
More car.
They have
More
a
car.
fly. Does it look like a car?
No, they posted a GIF in the Discord.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mortar, what are you doing right now?
Waiting
And
for them
you
to get
have
on the boat.
you have not have heard the conversation, by the way. Assuming if
Yeah, I
you're,
know.
if you're up in the sky. So you've been flying up in the sky. Do you head down or what?
I just wait until them get on the boat and start sailing off, or like head down.
Do you head down and get on the boat?
When they start sailing
he
off.
said he waits for us to start sailing, then he'll come down.
Okay. And you're just staying up in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. By the way, it's hard to tell specifically like the specifics of why people are staring at you. Obviously, ancient weapons is something, but another note is some of you do stick out like a short thumb, particularly Sardonyx. Due to them, a lot of people, when they initially see Sardonyx, would assume might have particular views, as in some might have a negative view if they know certain things, and others may genuinely think you're a Valkyrie, and there's that going on. So you see a
That's
lot
a
of
little funny.
people looking like they might start walking towards you. Some seem like they have the intent of possibly trying to bargain ancient weapons with you. Others possibly wanting to interview you for being a possible Valkyrie, or at least specifically, Sarnax. And yeah. Okay, Victorion. Before we, okay, you guys are gonna have a chance to speak. Victorion. What you would also see is the people who were chasing you initially, the Goliaths and whatnot. They're a little bit far north of you. They've started to group up now, and it looks like they're heading towards the gate a little bit, but looks less like they're rushing and more like they're planning things out and taking their time to get here. Possibly
Okay.
within the intents of trying to meet up with people or whatnot. Who knows? Also, how far up in the sky are you?
Fairly high in the sky.
Like, are you like you know, like more than 50 feet, like 100, 150 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet? What?
I feel like I should be concerned if I am, but probably about 150.
Okay. You'd be able to see a decent chunk of the city with this in mind, and since you rolled really well the perception, I would say, one, you see a lot of what I think you would know as animated armors around the middle, like middle center, more eastern part of the city, towards the cemetery, but also kind of strewn about. You see some wyverns towards the western walls. There's only two. You see in the distance, you see like way back. I mean, it's hard to see over walls, but you would get the idea that there seems to be farther past the walls at the north port. You see a couple boats. One of which seems to have some weird stuff going on. Like there's what you look like. It's hard to tell because it's so far away, but it looks like there's like a rat man with chains playing a piano, and
What?
some bunch of like spooky looking knights near them. It's hard to make out too much, but that's what you see in that direction. It's pretty far out, so it's hard to tell too much. And this would be as you're flying. Other things of note. It looks like back at the Alton docks. You can see in that direction, and it looks like most of the boats that were there are still there. Albeit, given what you know happened in the Dragon area, you're almost certainly that the people that came from the Lek clan, they're, you know, a lot of those people are dead because they died of a dragon. Anything else that's important? You would see throughout the city, you'd see like here and there, like a couple wolves, some dire wolves just kind of rummaging about. And you'd see also a lot of corpses, various corpses across the city. Okay. Back to the other people. Firstly, now that you guys have, a lot of you have now gotten the wolves on the boat, Carl is starting to kind of look to you guys. You know how to sail this thing, correct?
Yes.
Really? Have you sailed a boat before?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna be honest, if you intend to crash this thing or don't know how to properly wield it, or if this is destroyed in the whatever you do, I couldn't in good faith.
Believe me, good sir.
Know how
I know.
to sail a boat.
I know everything speaks against me, but I am honest when I say I will not crash this thing, and this thing will come back to you in good faith.
I mean, he's going to be on it with us, is he not?
Well, he looks conflicted on it because he's a little afraid. He realizes you guys are going to head to a place that he is in the assumption will be like has a bunch of smoke, and he's afraid of getting in that smoke. At least that's what you get. Like, actually, I guess you'll say it for him. Just to be clear, is the smoke not harmful?
Oh, it's very deadly. It's very deadly. It nearly killed my
it's
pet.
terrible.
Is there not a way? Do you not have a means to deal with that?
Oh, I don't. I will hold my
Meta-wise,
breath.
if people want to ask questions about that, I can explain. I may allow people to have taken that that bubble spell if someone had already intended to do it in the past. Okay. Or as in, if people already had that and they were like, oh, unclear if it was actually allowed or not. Okay. Albeit, I think there might be some other ways to deal with it.
It's okay,
or you
I
could
definitely
shop
don't have
around
the
and
bubble spell.
look for masks or something. Ooh.
Well, it says, yeah, good point.
Okay. While he's talking to Abaddon, is anyone else kind of listening on with that or no? Is that like, and how many of you have boarded the boat?
All of us?
Have all of you boarded the boat now?
I suppose so.
I was under the assumption, for speed's sake, everyone was helping load up the bodies that they needed to load up.
Okay. Have any else of you had seaward things? And you see like Treble kind of raises their hands, sort of, and Gurk raises it a bit more, but not like deeply. Given the fact they have had some boating experience, mostly canoes. Maybe it's some other stuff. You're not to extent, but given the circumstance that befalls Goliaths, not many of them live in coastal regions anymore. 1,000 years ago, more of them did, but war happened.
I traveled.
Do anyone else raise your hand?
Yeah, Norlis has minor sailing experience. He did travel here from Gresshelm. So he did spend some time on a boat, and because being on a boat is boring, he likely started talking to the sailors and, like, how does this work? Just the naturally inquisitive mind that he is, so he probably has a marginal understanding without hands-on experience of how to operate a boat.
Okay. So,
Sardonic's just saying they know how to navigate a boat, just not out loud.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see.
I've got the axe.
So, okay, some of the things that are happening is, Traveled has been continuously looking in this direction towards what you believe to be, what looks to be a femme, a somewhat femme, not deeply femme, maybe vaguely androgynous. Looking, Goliath with a big axe, and he's been looking in that direction for a while. Then, there's a person who seems to be I'll drag all you guys on the boat. Who seems to be, heading towards your direction. And finally, Victorion, I want you to roll a 1d100.
Oh no.
Oh, well, what's happening? I literally just had a massive brain block.
83.
Okay. Firstly, do you think your situation that has befallen you is a little unfair because you haven't been here, or are you fine with it?
You know, I don't seem to be in any particularly mortal danger, and nothing fully lore relevant has happened, so it's fine.
With a score around there, one of the fairies, whom you know exactly who they are Quillbaggy, yells out to you.
Wait, Quillbaggy is here?
Yes, that's who you saw on top of the
they're
building.
In the sky, and
fun.
they're close. They're probably within 100 feet of the docks now. They call out to you. Why the fuck are you here? Actually, maybe, yeah, I would say it'd be like maybe slightly softer.
Where is Issa in relation to me?
Flying right behind you.
They're around. They're flying behind you, probably within like 60 feet of you. Well, maybe a little more actually. I would say probably more like 90 feet or so. They
Hopefully
yell.
carrying the bear man. Bear
Yeah, where is Issa?
Issa's in the sky right by you. You might be riding Issa.
Okay. I'd say we'd be flying separately. For the sake of it. She'd probably unite next time. I just didn't know where she was, or she was at the party or something. Victorian will kind of look back, look at Issa for a moment, and just kind of remain silent. Do I see the rest of the party?
Yes, you see them on a boat with Mortar kind of. Well, actually, now Mortar, are you gonna? Now that everyone's on the, most people are on the boat, are you gonna get on it or no?
I did say when they start sailing, like you know, actually moving.
Okay. Is anyone? So you guys see Mortar up in the sky. Does anyone have a way to directly contact him without yelling?
Yes.
Has anyone done anything in regards
We
to
have
that?
several psychic.
No, because we haven't gotten to the point of where we're not doing things. It's very, everything's real active right now. There's not actually downtime. So
would you like me to make it more passive, or I mean, well,
no, there's no making more passive. It's the situation we're in.
Okay. Keep in mind, I wanted to be clear that like, this is a mixed situation where you guys can choose to be passive or active, where it's like not. Given the amount of people here, it is possible that some groups going after you attack you here, but it's also possible that they just won't do it because it will result in a bad thing on their end if everyone teams up against them. Which is likely to happen for Goliaths. The fairies, it's more of a mixed bag.
Norlis wants to get away from Kodrat. That is his main goal currently, and he doesn't want to be here anymore.
Okay.
but I do have a means of contacting him, and should I see him moving towards the group, I will contact him. But we'll wait until that happens to do that.
Okay.
Also, I've had a massive brain blast while sat here thinking, and you said mask. Oh, I remember you mentioned Loki's mask earlier. I can only think of it as this now.
Oh my god.
my God,
How dare you?
I haven't. Is it? Oh, I thought you're gonna. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't actually seen that film. I've only seen the sequel.
That's
It's-
wild.
And I've seen
Same
the
thing.
sequel multiple
Same thing.
times.
If it makes you feel
What?
better, Ian,
Is it?
Yes.
have to. I've only seen Son of the Mask.
I
I've only-
saw it in theaters. I think.
I
don't know
definitely did not see
why.
it in theaters. I'll tell you that
And
much.
then I remember watching it on Cartoon Network when they aired it multiple times.
That I remember.
No joke. I remember walking home from drinking at my friend's house one night. I walked past someone's garden, and there was just a copy of The Mask, like the DVD case, just
Oh, but
in the
not Son of the
garden.
Mask. Okay.
Just in the garden. It was there for
Whoa.
like 3 weeks. 3 weeks
Wait,
straight. I was
Is
like,
Jim
what?
Carrey even in the sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
A different guy.
Very
Okay.
sure.
It's a different guy.
I didn't. Is it a different guy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
We're playing D and
back-
D.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my current stance is I have no allegiance to anyone here really, honestly, except for Telth for some fucking reason. For some reason, I pack bonded to this little pixie. So they said something to me about Quellbaggy, like 12 hours ago
Yeah.
in text RP. So I need to remember that Quellbaggy is a bad person that I need to protect Telth
Yeah.
from.
Telf would be. This will also be a chance for you to speak about it. If you want to ask me questions. This person's getting close and actively is walking.
Yeah,
up
I
to
saw
the
that
dogs.
Telf told the party more things.
Yeah.
How tall is Quellbaggy?
Well, she's quite. I mean, she's around 4'8", I think.
Okay, so not pixie sized.
Yeah, she can become pixie size, but I will say that's her height. From my understanding, she weighs around 800 pounds.
The
Oh,
fuck?
my goodness. Very
That's-
dense.
Also,
not to
I
say
would
she's fat
just
per
like-
se. People have claimed that and they have died, but she is
That's so iconic,
Does-
though.
she does not. I would say that if anything,
No, I love that for her.
she is.
Kill anyone who calls you fat.
Dummy fuck.
I don't know.
I would just like to
how the
say-
science folks say it, but
Telf
they're-
didn't snitch on.
Then
their inner flesh is dense. I don't actually. They can cast spells, and there's a theory that, well, some people like to say that they can't actually fly, and that they just use spells to fly, because of how much they weigh. But it's also
Jeez.
possible they have very, very muscular wings, which for us is a very odd thing to say, since and she kind of looks at her wings, which are like insect wings. They
Like
are
paper thin, yeah.
paper fin, which would either mean one, we're talking about insect muscle, and I don't know if that's actually in wings or not. Dragonflies might actually. I don't know if it's a little funky.
Or
I
two,
don't-
she has non-pixie wings.
Yeah, or she has pixie wings and they are wacky. Or it's a rumor. Who knows? But yeah, no, she's bad news. Honestly, I don't know how old she is. I just know, there's a lot of mystery to her, but she's a bit she's a good leader, but I have no idea what she would do if she got to Victorion. I don't think it'd be pretty. And if Victorion gets on the ship, they're gonna come out of the ship. Even if it's just them alone, they're gonna come out of the ship. So
Is this
even
a
if
time where we need to kill? And she actually leans down to whisper that to Telth and reaches up for a tear fling.
She scares me, but she went to my ballet recital. She's kind of like an aunt to me. I mean, she's bad news, but I've been on good terms with her my whole life. I would feel awful about that. But also,
Sometimes you need to understand that a lesson in life is not everyone who pretends that they are good to you is actually good to you. This feels very emotionally abusive. I don't think you should be interacting with this person.
Okay. Also, I will say, they have the same goals as at least what I think you guys have. You're heading to Volcano, which means they'll assume either one of two things. Either you guys have Tierfling, or you have a different way of dealing with the volcano. But if they know you have Tierfling, they'll be looking out for it, and...
Oh, they'll be looking out for it, all right.
Okay, what I mean is they're a little more insightful than most. Okay.
So they'll just know offhand, probably,
Maybe.
in one of those weird, freaky ways.
I'm not saying they'll like, yes, but they'll be looking out for someone with that they think is Tierfling. That's what I'll say. Assuming, okay, now back to this. Victorion. Kobagi yells at you again. Your suicide is fated! Land! Betrayer! Wait, Victorion, you here?
Mm-hmm.
Yay, okay.
Yes.
Are you not doing anything as they should?
So they're
he
yelling at
kinda
you.
turns
You are
around.
now. I would say now you're. I'll put you on the map now. And now you have landed, or not landed. You are now like along the walls. You can now see the party and everything there. I'll put
Alright.
you down. Oh, by the way, I also made you a new token character sheet for Issa. It's the same thing. It just has a bigger token with the new the
Okay.
spookier one.
Cool.
Okay.
Victorion will just kind of turn and just be like, I can die when the volcano is dealt with, and he's gonna take a shot with his crossbow at Kolbagi.
Okay.
Oh,
So this implies the following.
this will start
That-
combat, which we are already in a bad space
So-
and trying to escape.
Never
from.
mind.
I'm going
Okay,
to
never mind. I won't
say
do
that
that
you're.
then.
Okay, are you sure? Okay, because if you did that, I move you a little farther ahead so we can have the people on this character. Okay. You guys, you see the group has on the boat. They've readied the sails. They have boats. Got some. Oh, I guess at this point they probably put the corpses in body bags or something, or whatever they have. But they're using corpses. They're on a wolf themed ship, I'd say. There's like little wolf statue. There's like not statues. On the side of the boat are like detailed wolf carvings that have been placed around there. There's a lot of wolf themed stuff in the ship. And you also see Moritar on a big ass fly. And I would say, wait, I'm sorry. Moritar, all this, I'm sorry, before we get back to Victorion, all this time, the Gurk has been on your fly. Moritar, what are you waiting for? Get down.
I'm not going to get a little closer before we start sailing.
Why? Do you fear the ocean or something?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Does Moritar just do a slow turn to Gurk? like flame flickers behind his helmet.
I mean, at this point, my armor's pretty banged up. It probably actually just has cracks in it, with like little bits of fire spurting out.
Also, after you Victorian, you save that. Kobagi stops for a little bit and kind of stays in his place. Sure. Fine by me. I think I'll go this way. Yeah, I'll say that she sounded like when she got angry, her voice kind of shifted a little bit and became like treacherous and like real spooky. But then she kind of shifts her voice a little bit to be more. She doesn't always sound like that by any means. Most of the time you haven't heard her be like that. Sure. I'll be waiting for you. That is, if I don't change my mind. And she stops flying. She doesn't really say where she's going to wait for you, but she seems to stop in that moment, albeit it looks like she's possibly regretting saying that. And then she keeps flying until once you get really close, she then stops on the wall and stands on the wall, on the top of the wall, and just kind of gazes at you.
Victoria
do
will
you-
kind of look back a little bit warily, but then continue onward.
They're all dead. They're all dead because of you, and I'll be waiting.
He pauses for a brief moment, but then continues on towards the ship.
Okay. Okay. They look like they're in a conflicted state where they weren't really sure if they like went about the way of speaking to you, and they look a little like befuddled. Because on one end they feel like, oh, maybe they could have talked it out and then killed you or tricked you or something. They look like they went through a bunch of different options, just chose one, which sounds kind of meta. But what I mean by that is that they look like they are
My passive insight's
unclear if they're.
That
Oh, sure,
helps.
yeah, go for it. Insight, yeah.
Alright, let's say my passive insight's 17, but I can roll insight if that helps you decide what to say.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
They look like they are at a point where they're trying to decide if they are either wanting to be just continually mad at you to the point of like it being possibly detrimental, or them wanting to like kind of rage out and deal with it. And they kind of went with a middle ground where they are going to retain their anger and vengeance towards you, but allow you to do your goals. Or at least that's what they said. And they're now look like they're conflicted if they're unsure if they think that was the right path, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. I would say now at this point, you are close enough that you could now get onto the ship. And additionally,
Okay.
is anyone else doing anything here? Is anyone going off the ship, buying anything, doing anything?
As we begin to disembark and kind of shove off from the dock, Nornalis will shout out to Carl. Does this guy do anything actually? The one that you said walked up?
Oh yeah. Actually, there's two things I want to get before
Yeah.
that. One,
Well, I guess that's
you guys gonna do
important
that
to handle
too.
too.
Abaddon, I'm just gonna ask, did Abaddon actually go and talk to Zlamu or no?
No, he just really quickly petted him and then had to spin
Okay.
off with him.
Okay,
So
because
you
they
didn't
would
actually
have
go and
they
interact
would
with
have
them,
kind of
though.
walked around. They could have would have slowly kind of moved close to the party, just trying to figure out what was going on. But they also, I think, would get the intuition you guys are in a hurry, but they don't know why. So they look kind of freaked out a little bit, like, oh shit, is something coming here? What's going on? I would say that Zlamu would have come out and head that way just to speak to you briefly. This person kind of starts to move close. Excuse me.
What?
Yes. What is it?
1,800 gold for the blade, and they point to the weapon in sorry, crap.
Are they pointing
I
at
was gonna say
Hazel or
Sardonic,
Abaddon?
but now it's in Hazel's hand. Yeah, in Hazel's hand, which is the clear of Frud. I'll give you 1,900 gold for it.
19,000.
1,900 gold. 1,900 gold.
No time. We have no time.
No, I have. Is Zlamu saying that or someone else saying that?
No, that was
this guy.
Sardonic saying
This guy in a hat is saying this.
Okay. Can I check his vibe? I guess, for lack of a better term. Like, does that seem like a solid deal for this item? Does that seem like this
That
person's
sounds
on the
like an
level?
insight check.
Sardonic.
Oh yeah, do an insight.
That's
Sardonic.
a.
Oh
nat
my god,
one.
that's like our fifth nat 1.
No, it's my first nat 1.
Given like the circumstance, I mean,
My last roll was a nat
you
20,
could
by the
really
way.
use that money. That would mean a lot. I mean, maybe it might be worth for more, but it could be worth a little less. You might actually be giving you a big deal. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. However, the only reason I have this weapon in my hand is because of a very cool trick put by Sardonic, so I don't think I'm... I think I'm a little too greedy. I don't think I want to give it
I
up.
think that you should.
3,000 gold.
Okay, if they're willing to offer that amount of money, that's how we know damn well that it's something that we don't want to lose.
5,000.
Sure, deal. Follow me.
Hazel, I can't say anything. I just got back.
Wait. Question: is Hazel actually going to walk up to him?
I think I'm yelling. Like, if he's like approaching the ship, I'm like on the ship, just like talking to him. Where's my token? I thought I put myself on the ship.
Someone's probably on
Did we
top of
delete
you.
you?
Someone is on you.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
think,
there we go. There
yeah.
you are.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm talking to him from the ship, and When he says deal to the 5,000, she fully grimaces and like looks at everyone else.
Abaddon casts Ray of Frost
No, come
right
on.
in front of him. Right
What?
in front of him. He's not aiming to kill him.
You're
Okay.
a barbarian. How do you have Ray of Frost?
Tier
I'm a
5,
tiefling, bro.
tiefling.
Special
Ah.
tiefling. It's a blue one. Which, wait, by the way, what? Okay, meta question.
You've been
What are the blue
tiefling all
tieflings?
along.
Are they from? What are they called?
It doesn't really matter, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I can ask it. Somebody can. Okay, I thought they were not Stitchy, but okay. So do you follow him with the intention that it's obvious he doesn't literally have the 5,000 on hand? He's going to take you to the boat where he gets you, wherever that is.
I look at everyone else. Does anyone have anything to say as I'm talking to him?
As I said, I cast Ray of Frost.
He looks a bit startled, but he seems confident.
If you have the money, then show it. Otherwise, fuck off.
He points to the boat over here. My boss does. We can make
We
it
are
quick
leaving
in a hurry.
now.
I have around, literally on me right now, I have, around 1,500 gold, but I have the rest over there. Literally, I'm quick. We can deal this quick. I can
Hey,
get
so-
them
Much
to come
as
over here if you
as
have
much
to.
as I hate to say it, we need to go now. We don't have time. If I find
Shit.
you again, I will make the deal.
Okay. He tries to he yells, and you see, and he looks fucking crazy. Like one of the guys starts rushing towards you.
Actually, wait.
running on the docks.
As he does that, can I attempt to use my feline agility to cover his fucking mouth? Which is allowing me to move double my speed. So theoretically,
Oh,
if I
you
wanted
can?
to, I think I could move 180 feet.
You
I
do,
can zoom to get to him.
and he looks confused.
Don't worry about it right now. I will find you again. We will make this deal, but right now I have bigger things to worry about. Don't call your friends over here. Don't draw attention. Be on your way. I will find you again.
8,500.
He's making me mad.
That's such a large amount of money.
At this point of
I
this
know what that is. I
conversation,
need that.
Norlis is actively pushing off the boat, setting sail.
Yes. Hazel, we leave now. Are you
I have
Grind
watched-
has just landed.
Hundreds of my friends and family, and more so, fellow infantrymen, die in the war. We need this.
Hazel, what the fuck are you doing?
Hazel, if you wish to
She-
do it, that's fine,
she
but
has
I
to
hope
back on
that
the
you can
ship.
jump.
Here, shit, I didn't want to do this. I'll give you my bag of holding. It has
We are not.
10,000 gold in it.
Oh, why did? Okay, now hang on.
Okay.
Now hang on, because he
Wait,
said
wait,
he
wait,
had 1,500,
wait.
and then he said 3,000, 5,000,
Oh,
8,500, and then he said he has 10,000 on him right now.
Well, no, he said he
Do I
had
hear this?
1,500 gold on him. He
Do I
didn't
hear
mention the bag
this?
of holding.
No,
I
you're a
will
little
say
bit behind, I
you would
think.
have.
Okay.
He does. You didn't know. I guess you would have seen a bag. You wouldn't. I mean, so this guy has a backpack on. I'll say that.
Is our ship? What does the ship look like? Like, how is it noticeable? Is it something where they would be able to track us based on the way the
Yes.
ship looks?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the Wolf Beach.
has-
It's called the what I said.
It
called
is
the
a
Wolf
well-known
Board,
ship,
the,
yes. Yeah.
So
What do I call
pushing
it?
him into the
The
water and
wolf-
making a ship would probably be a bad idea.
Yes.
Okay, what did I call it? The Wolf Head, the Wolf Start.
Not terribly
the...
important at the
something.
moment.
Well, I think you called it a Wolf Board. Very good.
Yeah. Regardless,
Wolf Board.
he will be able to follow us if he decides to.
Okay, very simply put, we're losing time. Hazel, get back on the boat.
She's
I
up
already
already,
jumped. I
and
jumped
we're
off.
setting sail.
Fuck,
Okay, so
you're,
do
you're
you?
quick.
He literally pulls up a bag of holding, not the other bag. Please.
Abaddon sort of just pushes Hazel a bit to the
It looks
side
like he's
and
gonna throw with the assumption that you would throw back.
No.
Abaddon just sort of pushes Hazel a little and says, "Mate, if you don't stop talking, I'm gonna cut your dick off and fuck your throat with it. Fuck
My
off.
God.
We're gonna come back
So-
later."
I look at him, and I just simply stow the cleaver of thread and turn away as our ship sails off.
He.
You're
This
gonna get-
person initially came off as like a wacky merchant, but this person kind of gets down on his knees and he looks upset, but also just sad.
The
clear that this guy is not a fighter. This guy's, I mean, maybe to some degree. He's got some injuries, but he doesn't look like someone who'd like be able to win like a fight against like a troll or something, or even, you know, he doesn't look like a seasoned adventurer or anything like that. He looks like someone who might be a banker or was one or something, some of a trade whom has gotten into a position where they, well, you don't know the specifics, but you know that there's someone whom
has money to burn.
Well, you don't know about money to burn more so. They have been given a position to hold some money for this purpose, and they're doing so in such a way that doesn't, at least, actually do an insight check.
Another one?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to make me run with my nat 1? I feel like I kind of deserve that.
You're not sure. Yes,
It's a nat 1. I don't feel like I get to infer much.
I
shouldn't get to recover from that.
You think he? It is possible that he might be being genuine, like that he isn't doing this for greed. It's also possible he's doing it completely out of greed, but it kind of, you aren't really sure. I mean, it is reasonable enough to think that he may be doing this out of genuine need for his nation, which is a little iffy. But he's more like on a perspective if he did mention the war, and a weapon like this, if wielded by the right person, could, you know, a lot, at least in his eyes. Either way, he gets down on his knees and just looks kind of sad, but he's like...
And
See,
we're
I'm
sailing.
fighting with myself on everything so bad here.
And
No,
we're
because this isn't really, this is important to me, okay? Don't try pushing on. This is important to me, damn it. Because I'm right now fighting against myself. Because me as the player, I like making people happy, and I want to give this thing to him, and it forwards my goals. But on the other hand, fuck this guy. Hazel would want to just fucking swindle him. So it's a matter of, I, the player, want to be good, and then Hazel, the character, wants to be bad, and then overall, we don't have time for this shit. So no matter what, I don't get to make a choice. I'm just being made to feel bad for not having a choice.
So by this point, I would say that, okay, Victoria and Issa, you have landed on the ship. The ship is now sailing off.
Is
Gert
Moritar
is looking
still
at you,
nearby?
Moritar, really confused why you never landed. Dude, Moritar, is that your name? What are you doing? We should have been down there working with people. What are you doing? Do you like the buzzing sound? Is that it?
Wait, that took me a second.
Is it here?
You know what? You could jump into the water and get on the boat if you really want
Aren't
to.
you like 100 feet in the air?
I like 400 feet. That'll be fine.
You're 400 feet in the air. Okay. Yeah. No. I would die. Can you let me down? What's going on?
Alright.
What?
As the boat is pushing off and this conversation is likely happening, Norlis reaches into his side pouch and pulls out a scroll.
Okay.
And
Also, what scroll is it?
what were you going to say?
I was going to ask. Let me know when you're going to identify the thing.
Okay.
Okay. And if also you intend to do a short rest this session and intend to do something with it once you see it, I'll need to know, and I may have to extend an extra 30 minutes, not to continue the session, but if in case it gets late, I do need to discuss some stuff with you guys.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's not what I'm doing at the moment. Yes?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Norlis pulls out a scroll and starts reading from it and forms a telepathic link with Moritar. Temporarily as his eyes glow blue. Don't descend. Boat will kill you specifically if you board.
Oh, here's another thing.
Go ahead.
Is Moritar or the full person to blame, or Abaddon?
Abaddon's on the
been on a
boat
boat.
at the moment, and he wasn't the one
Abaddon,
who
I
used
want
it,
you
to
to
my
roll a
knowledge.
1d100.
I mean, he wasn't the one who used the item, was he?
Yeah, I guess it was Moritar. Moritar is the one who
did.
primarily... Abaddon helped a bit, but I think it was primarily Moritar each time, and Moritar is also attuned to it. So I would say
Hey, what can
Abaddon
I
might be in
say?
a weird position. Okay. You
What can I
feel a
say?
little weird,
I
very
mean,
uneasy,
Guilty by
Mabaton,
association
but
isn't
ultimately,
great.
I would say Mortar's the one to blame. And since it's because of how this, the other ancient weapon works that may have affected this, I'll say it will be specific to one person. Yeah, just for the sake of things. Albeit that could be a little weird.
I wasn't
You
done.
feel, that being said,
I wasn't,
Abaddon, you do feel, sorry, go on?
I wasn't originally done my thing. I was casting the sending spell and I
Oh.
was counting my words because I only
Shit,
had 25.
I didn't mean to cut you off then, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh boy, sorry, go on.
It happens sometimes.
So I'm at 10 words. I don't remember perfectly what I said now, but I'm at 10. Ancient weapon on the boat that will kill the user of that wolf-bitten hand. That's 25 words. You can respond with 25 words.
Understood. Look out, and then Mortar will fly overhead and drop a sending stone.
On the ship.
Yeah, onto the ship.
So, you're 400 feet up in the air. Ascending, would that like put a dent in the ship at that distance, or?
Yeah, not
Probably.
really now.
So, you guys see him drop a rock.
What's up?
Roll a 1d6 minus 1. Actually, just roll 1d6. Sorry,
Actually, that's a real
someone roll
awkward-
1d6.
That's a
Actually,
very
no.
heavy.
That
how
was a
heavy is a sending
6.
stone?
I rolled a
Okay.
6.
Pretty sure a sending stone's like maybe a pound at most.
Yeah.
Okay. Nornalus, do a dex save.
Okay.
Fucking knock him out. Just dunk.
What's my dex?
Get fucking
Plus
domed, idiot.
3, so 17 total. 14 plus 3.
Okay. The rock he falls like almost hits you. You manage to like not too almost, but it lands like right in front of you. If you like had if you had kept kind of pacing and I guess if you had stood up and were moving and not reading the scroll,
There
it
was
would have like
there was a message sent to me. Look out below, which means I'm probably looking up, and then.
Oh wait, he did save it. Oh yeah,
so
well, that would be part of it.
That
too,
dexterity save probably would have been me trying to catch it.
Just.
I guess it
What
does
does he
work
mean?
that it,
Looks up.
Yeah. To be clear, I didn't realize he was specifically dropping it to Nornalus. I just knew he was dropping it on the boat, so I didn't know if it was like.
I mean, as good as your aim is from
if he was actually
Yeah.
how accurate he was, because it is 400 feet up, so it's hard to get.
Well, he
specific.
said he flew down not to like make it 400 feet. He flew down, dropped
okay.
rock, probably within
Yeah.
I'd say 50 feet. I'd imagine.
More like
Kirk is
100.
asking you, is wanting you to get is a little confused what's going on. But you could.
Well,
I'd say maybe
Moritar can explain it to them now because he has an excuse. Or he can
Okay.
stay quiet and not say
Carl-
anything like he often
Okay.
does. You fucking mute bastard. You don't even have a mouth. You're just fire.
Stop being racist.
No,
Exactly.
can't make me.
This is you know,
Carl
this
is
no,
going
this
to
is
get
now
on
the
the boat,
second
but he
issue of
still
not being racist.
is on the boat. So Carl is on the boat, but he is expecting you still to take it back to Manifel, regardless of what happens to him.
I thought that was the intent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys now. Okay, so now you guys start to move off of the docks. This would
Do
be
we
a time
see
if
what's
you
his
want to do a
face?
short rest or anything. Who?
The guy who was chasing us that we just got the eye of Mimir
So-
from.
Oh boy. I would say that
remember his name.
you guys would eventually, after you be a bit off the docks, you actually eventually see it's a little bit. You're around like 400 feet away from the docks by the time you see them enter, and you only see two of them. You see the strange a strange knight, who I guess I could describe just for the sake of things as like a
Just call him Owl Knight.
Sar guy.
Owl Knight.
And then,
He was an owl. Owl Knight.
oh yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, I was confused. Yeah, Owl Knight, and then I was gonna call him Polish person, whatever. Owl Knight, and then you see obviously shit. What I keep forgetting the names.
Kodran?
Kodran. I
Okay.
keep thinking it's Z something like Zodra. I don't know. Kodran. You see
Zoltan
Kodran, and
Cool
they kind of,
from Diablo.
yeah. or isn't Zoltan the Zordan's the Power Ranger guy? Okay, whatever.
Maybe.
You see them kind of without the other people, and they kind of look around the docks. And you think they definitely kind of see the boat off. You're not quite sure if they realize it's you guys or not. But it's odd that the whole group didn't come. Traveled will look at you guys and be like, I should mention, the boat that came here was on the well, I don't actually know where Kodran came from exactly. I think he came here alone, but the rest of the guys with him or the rest of the folks with him came on a different boat at the North Docks. And I think there may have been more Goliaths with them. I believe so, at least when I talked to my brother. I'm sorry, that's a little too calm. But I need to make it clear that I'm not certain of why they came fully here if they weren't going to bring everyone. They may be intending to scout the area out and then follow us to the volcano.
If that's the case, that's the case. There's nothing we can do about it here or there, unfortunately.
And I will say, there's another thing I know. They did that north place specifically because they felt it was the easiest to get around shit. My brother said there was rumors down here that there was closer to that, in the bay, there was a big turtle.
Well, these
Like
boats
a
arrived
really
here.
big turtle.
Hopefully they can depart just fine.
Well, I mean, I don't know when this boat's here, but okay. I mean, well, if you go in a
That's true.
volcano, that might be at the talking
Thank
about
you.
that little area of the bay, but yeah, okay. So, you guys are making. Now I'll move you back to a different map. Okay. If you want to put on like either ocean music, like sounds, or you could do like a sailing music.
I'll
if you
see
have
what I can
something in
find.
mind.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
I can't wait
So-
to zoom ahead of the rest of the party.
The guy that came with you, Carl, he's kind of like helping a little bit. He's mostly just kind of like he's doing things like for boat maintenance here and there, but he's mostly like kind of mentally and emotionally drained. And just kind of like anytime he's not doing something like for a while, he just kind of stays still or like ends up leaning against a wall or something. And eventually it kind of looks like he's intending just to sit down and like sleep or something, because he does look fairly tired. Whom is manning the sails?
Sardonyx said that they could
Yeah, I have to imagine Sardonyx.
navigate, but I don't know if when they said navigate, they imply like Nami or like captain.
Yes, I can go drive this ship, and I have a general idea of where we're going. Into
Okay.
studying
Does
Yeah.
anyone
property.
here have water vehicles proficiency?
Anyone here a sailor in their past life?
No,
Anyone
but
able
I,
to claim the
current
One
plan?
Piece?
I mean, Abaddon has the Exoglutnir, which does give him sailor-like properties.
Shit. Yeah, he does. You literally have that because of it. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you actually do because as long as you're holding the Axoglutnir, you feel. Yeah, actually, I should. I think I forgot about that. But if you mentioned that, I would say that yeah, actually, you have no experience technically, but you would feel confident based on what you said earlier because you are holding that. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, no, you would feel like you might not necessarily have had the actual experience, but you just kind of know what to do. You have this idea of like, as you're just kind of like on the boat, thoughts kind of come into your head, and you feel like you know exactly what to do with certain things. Like you know, like okay, hey, I have to move the sails from this to that. It's weird. I would say if you were manning the sails, you would have proficiency with that, and I might even give you advantage.
Damn, okay.
These mystical weapons are very powerful.
How would I even roll for that?
That fall into
So
survival.
I would say do a wisdom, roll a wisdom save, I guess. Actually, no, sorry, wisdom. Wait, not save. I'm sorry. How do these work? If you have proficiency for an item, it adds your
Proficiency
bonus plus your
Wisdom.
the associated like modifier. In this case, I'll let you choose actually. What do you want it to be? Just make an argument for each one, for whichever one you choose. I think wisdom's I feel like is fine, makes sense for me. But if you could maybe argue like dex or maybe int or something else.
For the simple
maybe
fact
strength.
that I have a flat 0 in int and a -1 in wisdom, I will go with int.
Actually, I should specify any of them if you can make an argument for strength, I'd allow that.
Dexterity would make more sense, but yeah.
Yeah, dexterity I think makes more sense, but
As you like go around doing your best, as this knowledge floods your brain in a way that you are not familiar with.
yeah,
Uh,
Nah, he's definitely picking up the ship and throwing it. It's a strength check.
I just fucking tie a rope around my waist and swim.
Hear me out. What if
Yeah,
he gets
if
like
you
a
nat
really
one,
big fan
I'd say
and
if you
makes...
nat one, I'd say you would do that. If you rolled,
Like, hear me
rolled
out. What if he gets a really big fan and he blows gusts of wind like at the sails?
If
don't
you
think-
guys
Barbarian,
got
I
a
don't think he
wind
has that many
fan,
spells.
that would be a fun way to do things.
Sails, bestie.
Listen.
Okay,
Like he gets a really big fan. He uses his strength to never.
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
Like a fucking.
No, I
fanning.
get it now. I was just
Yeah.
very stupid at
Okay.
first.
But you can,
What the
if you roll
Only
a
at
dex
first? You're
save,
always
it
like
will be the
that. My
same.
bad.
Shut up.
Roll for
Right.
you just roll a dex save, unless you have it ready. But rolling a dex save would be the same thing, make it
Yeah,
like
I
roll
just-
wise.
I just
If you're
did
doing
on
dex.
rapid. Literally 2 5s.
Oh boy.
Getting
Okay.
2 vibes is crazy.
You
Imagine the dice hate
You
that
don't.
much.
You have some. You feel like you know different things, but you don't actually have a physical experience doing this. You know this knowledge, and you kind of, but you're still having trouble like fully grasping it. So, you do like a vaguely okay-ish means. You don't. So you're heading to Mount Flaker, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
kind of. You ended up starting going south initially and started to turn, but you're having some difficulty fully fully getting the ship to maneuver the sails a bit. So.
Can I attempt
You
to
eventually
assist?
kind of get on the path, but you do, for a good, you feel like you wasted, a good, half a mile, maybe even a full mile of movement. Just
Okay.
kind of messing with the sails and trying to get it right.
I
Maybe
thought
a little
this.
more than that.
I thought this fucking thing was supposed to give me knowledge with a stupid boat. Fucking discount enchantment.
I mean, also, you do only have one hand to use because you constantly actually, wait, from my understanding, you do have to, it's always if you hold it. I don't think I gave you a bonus for other stuff, but yeah, as long as you're holding it, you have it. So you have to use one of your hands to hold it.
I also hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think an axe is going to steer the ship very well. I don't know why you
Meta-wise-
expected an axe to know that much about steering a ship.
Meta-wise, the actual lore of that is a thing from actual Norse mythology, and literally the whole point is it can literally you use to steer a ship. It's that's in the lore. It was like yes.
Oh,
it can
no,
be
no, I
used
get
to
it.
Steer a ship.
This-
Okay.
This is her being
Like,
stupid about
word
magic
by
items
word,
and
that
stupid
is
in
that.
general.
Okay.
I think that's Hazel
It-
talking, not Schmel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. This is entirely Hazel not knowing how the fuck magic items work and being
Okay.
like, why did you expect this thing to know
That's
how
a
to steer
fun
a ship
fact,
for you?
mainly.
Well-
Not all. Some of the ancient weapons are more accurate than others. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
That's
look, Hazel, you see, the moment I picked this thing up, I suddenly had a big urge to go on a big old boat and travel around the world. I thought that counted for something, but apparently this thing is some fucking wall bomb.
I think that's just a midlife crisis.
No, it's not!
So.
I'm in my-
Is any? I'd say that you guys have some time to do if you guys want to do a short rest, you can. Albeit, I'd say that Abaddon, you could if you were to ask the you could probably get troubled other people to kind of help do some stuff. Actually, yeah, you guys do a short rest, albeit Abaddon would probably be active.
Okay, Ian, I did some research. A regular sailing speed, the sailing boat speed is around 2 miles per hour. So it'll take us around 4 to 5 hours by this boat
In that
to
case,
get
you
there.
have a. Okay, in that case, Abaddon, you probably could get a short rest since other people could take over your roll for a little while. Either way, if you guys want a short rest, you could.
Yes. Additionally,
Or multiple.
we'd probably spend some of that time fashioning a temporary mask or anything like that to prevent ash inhalation, but as well as the fact that Moritar will get there in 40 minutes.
Okay. So in that case, Moritar, are you staying by the ship or are you racing
No.
ahead to Volcano?
I'm zooming ahead. I'll be taking a short rest.
Okay.
I'm,
In that
just-
case, I may discuss some things with you after the session, depending on what happens. Okay.
Alright.
Well, you get to the thing. Gurk is not too happy with this, but he's accepting of it, I guess. And also, I would say
bloody
all this is
choice.
happening. Gurk is speaking to you and just telling you all sorts of shit.
Did Moritar, did you say anything about the fact that you can't land on a boat? Or are you
Nope.
being a dick?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha.
More
they
times trying.
kind
more
of mad
times
at
trying to get
you,
his
but
short
eventually
rested.
they accepted it.
More times trying to get his
But
short
now they're
rested.
just kind of like, they're now like info dumping to you about all sorts of shit.
Does Moritar actually seek to be disliked?
Maybe.
Yes.
Like really, like I feel like you go against the grain in
Yes.
every aspect you can.
I thought that was intentional.
Is it, or
I
is
thought
that
Moritar was
is that
intentionally a bad
Moritar,
person.
or is that Clover? Is what I kind of wonder.
Right.
Oh, you so right.
No, it's just more times. Honestly, don't care.
Wild.
I'm about to say, is it
More-
that
more-
Clover
more-
hates
more
us?
times
You
I
know
hate
what
that
you'll
Moritar
learn
like that.
eventually. That will become a big surprise.
Moritar's not here to be liked.
Can you make him not to be hated then? He doesn't have to be liked. Can we stop making him to be hated? Jesus, what the fuck did you roll?
All my
what
hit
the
dice so much.
Okay,
All my
okay.
hit dice
I
so
was
much
like,
short rest.
damn,
Okay.
what'd you roll a
Right.
30 on?
How
I
did you roll
fucked
a
up
30?
rolling.
That's
I
all of
fucked
his
up
dice.
rolling it first.
Next
Mhm.
up.
No, I get it.
Okay, so during this downtime, I need to know something.
Yes.
Do you intend to do anything with the eye?
I
Five
intend to
here.
do several things.
Lick
So
it.
I will go
'Cause I have a
last
full
because
thing
I
to
don't.
send you. The second you identify, I have a thing to send you.
Yes. I will let anyone else go first because there's several things I would like to do on this 4 to 5 hour long journey.
Oh, we have a 5-hour long journey? Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna use my last hit die. Guys, you won't believe this. I'm at 69 hit points.
Lamau.
Nice.
I'm actually at 69 hit points. Let's
Five.
fucking go.
7.
I'm at 59.
11.
Ian,
Yes.
can I ask you for
18.
some dumb shit?
Yeah. What?
So, I think I remember mentioning to you at one point the idea of imbuing these items into my psychic blades. Is that something that A is possible and B is possible within this time span?
Okay. What items?
Namely the Cleaver of Thread. I don't think I want to bind Tearfling. Because Tearfling doesn't like me. But the
Well,
Cleaver
first
Thread
of all,
likes me.
mechanically, you can bind something, correct? That is an actual
Mechanic-
mechanic.
It's a mechanic that's exclusive to certain classes.
Okay. Well, is that a mechanic that you can do with your current class?
No, it is homebrew. That's why I said
Okay,
ask you some
okay,
dumb
that's
shit.
fine. In that case,
It's essentially like pack weaponing, but
Okay.
with soul knives.
Yes. So what I explained to Ian when I brought it up was that the Warlock has a feature for Pact of the Blade, which is theoretically a level 1, level 3.
Okay.
A level 3 thing. You use your action to create a packed weapon in your empty hand. You can choose the form that this melee weapon takes each time you create it. You are proficient, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Essentially, that just allows you to summon the blade. But
Okay.
if you take Blade Warlock, there's an Eldritch, or I think like a special part of it that I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it allows you to turn a magic item into a packed weapon.
That's default. That's just default how Pact of the Blade works.
Is it? It didn't say that specifically. It said you can create a packed weapon, but it doesn't say
Yeah,
you're using
You
it
can also like bind to one.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you say anything out loud in regards to this? Your intentions? Given the fact that Blade can hear you.
I think she doesn't know the blade can hear her, but she knows that Sardonyx can, and so before doing this, she would ask, "Is it all right if I do something to this weapon that may result in the destruction of it, but maintaining the power that it can provide solely for myself?"
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you be all right with me potentially trying something with the Cleaver of Thread here, which I know you bestowed upon me, that may or may...
Who left?
Baby
Oh,
seed.
did they leave?
They DC'd in the middle of me talking.
All I'm gonna say is, can't it eat a magic item, and can't you just like try and feed it when you like?
That is the
Oh,
thing.
that's
is
the other thing.
Just like eat it, fucking eat, go eat.
Yeah, can I reverse psychic blades this thing? Can I give it? Can I feed it one of my psychic blades to make
They're
it
back.
have that power? That feels like a lot more of a logical, like less logical leap.
Yeah. And
Because
I-
I believe. Hang on, let me check. Are my soul knives magical?
Okay, first
technically
roll
not,
a
but I'd argue
save.
they are.
They're
Okay,
not.
okay, I have a lot to answer for. Okay, this
Yeah.
is something that I wish you reminded me of, and so we can discuss a little beforehand because
If
there's
you
a
want to
bunch
do
of
this
different options for
later,
this.
we can do this later.
I will say if what I think is going to happen this session happens, we'll have quite a good amount of time to discuss stuff. I will say, okay, so firstly, did you do the int save? And this
Int
is
save?
yeah, to roll int save.
For what?
You spoke to. You feel like the sword is after you spoke to Amethyst a little bit. The sword kind of wiggles a little bit, and you feel weird. Roll int save.
Okay. That's a 12.
You feel you feel like words were trying to be pushed into your like consciousness in such a way that would cause you to speak them verbally, but you kind of managed to push through and not say them. However,
hear them?
Yes, in your mind. And those words were, "I cannot be broken, but also I am interested."
I cannot be broken, but I am interested?
Yes, that's what you. That's what those are the words that are thrown into your mind.
The blade can, quote, eat other magic weapons. Apparently. I am going to attempt to conjure one of my soul knives, and I guess just place it like parallel long ways against against this cleaver.
Okay, roll.
I don't know
roll
how-
1d100.
A D100?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Also,
no idea what the fuck I'm
Actually,
doing.
I'll give you an option.
I feel like I should roll disadvantage.
I will allow
just a
you
D100.
to add a. So I'll save it right now. You're looking for before. Wait, have you rolled it yet? Don't roll it just yet.
I'm not rolling anything until you tell me
okay,
finally.
so-
I will wait.
First,
Yes.
for this, you want First of all, this is going to be wacky. We discuss specifics of just how this will work over time. Done. If you add a boom point, I'll say you can add plus 10 to the roll. Additionally, I will, for this case, allow you to be in a boom point deficit if you wish to bargain more than you currently have. Meaning all future
So
boom
each
points you
boon
get
point
will
can
go
add
to
10?
this. Yes. Normal, yeah. And that deficit thing is not a thing I'm normally gonna do too much, but I think I'm okay with doing it here.
I think
Dormammu,
of
I've
all
come
the
to
characters to
bargain.
get a deficit in boon points, it makes sense for Hazel to have it. Okay,
Yeah.
what is the number
Yeah.
I'm trying to achieve?
Oh, very
Closer to a high number, so closer to 100. I
Do I
won't
have
say
to
which
make a
one
decision how
exactly it
many-
is.
Okay, do I have to make the
I'll-
decision of how many
I'll-
boon points I spend before I
It
roll?
is, yes, and I'll say it's more than 70.
It's more than 70? Okay, well then I'm gonna burn
Dormammu, I've come to
this begs the
bargain.
question, will this be the outcome I want? Is this worth 7 out of 8 of my
You
current
don't know.
boon
You
points? That
you're
begs the
you're,
question.
you're playing with fate. You're taking a gamble. You don't know.
You know what? You know what? Never tell me the odds, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop 7 boon points. And I'm going to roll my D100 with, you said plus 70?
So not
Is it-
not plus 10. Well, so yeah, you're looking for you want to roll a 1d100. You want it to, the roll you want is higher than 70.
I thought you said I get
You
an
would
extra
get
10 for
plus
each
7.
boon
You
point.
would get plus 70 for spending 7 boon points.
Yes, that is my
That
goal.
roll. Okay.
Because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did not need it. Okay, does
Well-
a 151 get me anything special?
Nope.
Yeah.
If it was
Um,
200,
So what I'll say is that
I didn't even
weird
need
shit
it.
happens.
Weird shit happens. Yeah. Let me
Your-
also mark off my boon points before I forget.
Okay, that coin necklace you have, just to confirm, it is a necklace, right?
Yes.
No.
You said it's
It's
an
a-
amulet.
It functions as an amulet of health, but
How do you
I
wear
like to
it?
think of it as I think it's like something in her pocket. I think it's like
Oh,
a
okay.
specific charm or something.
So it like you feel that rumble a little bit in a way that's odd, but it's almost it's not even it starts rumbling for a second and then okay, how what kind of pocket would it be in?
It would be in like her inner coat pocket in a way where she knows, like, as a professional thief, this would be a pain in the ass to pickpocket.
Is it would you say is the coat you wear a coat pocket would you call the coat be like what's it made of?
Probably fur.
Fur-
Or
oh,
like
fur?
leather, hide, fur.
Leather. Is it decent leather or
It's Bake Clan leather, so
I see okay decent. Okay,
Okay,
yeah wait, oh yeah,
so-
this is a magic item. This is a yeah.
I'm wearing the magic big
Okay.
skin leather cloak, which I think
Okay.
is studded. It's leather, studded leather +2 with stealth proficiency as part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
I might. Oh god, I'm realizing how dumb this sounds. I have to figure out how I want to go about this. Suddenly, you feel like your pocket gets whatever's in it changes shape slightly, but only for a little bit. Okay, meta-wise, I was almost considering it becoming like a shirt. Okay, I'll explain in a second. But
That'd be cute. I like that. I wouldn't mind.
okay. Suddenly, it feels a little weird. And if you put your hand in your coat pocket, suddenly there seems to be blades sprouted from it. But they seem to like slink back into the coin. But if you touch the coin with your hand, like they slowly start to seed out. And this is weird. This is a weird feeling. This is your soul we're talking about. So you feel weird right now whenever whenever
Oh!
blades come out.
I
But-
didn't even think about the fact that I'm doing essentially soul magic.
Yeah. That
Interesting,
also
okay.
the cleaver of Thrud. Uh.
I'm imbuing this thing into my soul.
starts
Okay,
to
I didn't realize
become
the
like
depth of this.
so would you right now because your soul knife is summoned out right now
Yeah, I have
The
a soul
clear
knife.
part of
I'm
your
holding them
hand.
very close together.
as you hold it like every now and then it starts to look a little ethereal and you get the feeling that you get the feeling it's your soul knife now. However, meta-wise, would you? I was gonna say it would be ethereal, fully like partially see-through, but I don't know how much I want to go with that in case you think that's dumb.
What does the cleaver thread normally look like? It's in the
not ethereal? Oh,
discovered loot channel, right?
yeah, it's like it's a roughly the size of a broadsword and it is cleaver-like in terms of it being like a single blade. Yeah.
Is that
It looks
picture
like that
posted in
so.
discovered loot the most
Yes.
accurate depiction of it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it looks like.
I think the best way to describe it then would be her soul knives by default have a like amber sort of orangish yellow tone to them, just as like a glowing weapon made of that. This blade
Oh.
already has on it the yellow inscriptions on the blade itself. I think those are glowing vibrantly and they're like pulsing in and out, like fading as if they're breathing.
Okay, the other aspect and idea I had, which I'll be open because I don't want to like kind of ruin what you had in mind, was when you do not have your soul knife functioning, for now, for at least the time being, or actually probably for now on, as long as this okay. First of all, I would say, just for the sake of things, how many attunement slots do you have?
Does the big skin leather cloak require attunement?
I believe so.
It does not say on my sheet. If it does, I have one attunement.
View it as a it's viewed as a studded leather armor bonus.
Then no.
Whatever it was.
Then-
so yes,
okay,
it'd be
so-
attunement.
And am I attuned to my fortune's favor? I don't think I am, since that's just something like I
mean,
have to
yeah,
deal with.
I would feel shitty making you have to be attuned to that. So no.
Then I have 0 attunement slots. Unless I'm not
Well,
I'm
the
not
armor,
attuned to the
the
cleaver
armor
thread
would
yet.
Wait, is the armor not attuned?
No.
You're not attuned
It's
to the
studded
armor?
leather +2, which doesn't require attunement normally.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, in that case,
No.
okay. In that case, no attunement for that. If I did, okay. In that case, you
The
would
cleaver
use
thread probably
for
does,
now,
though.
for the sake of things. I don't know if I normally had it be, but in this case, I will have it, cast attunement just for the sake of things. And I may, meta-wise, well, two things. One, the thing I meant to say is when you're not active, the blade part will cease to be, and it'll just be the handle.
Oh, I love that even more. Oh, I love
And
that even more. It's like a fucking
two,
lightsaber.
Because of you spending points on the roll and a couple other things, and also the
Yeah.
attunement thing, expect a more consistent like damage die. Meaning, if you
Okay.
do normally, if you like not one a bunch of times or do poor, the damage die will lower and like other stuff will be poor. For now, it was starting at this point. I'm going to say it is a 3d4 plus 2.
Pardon?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. My soul knife base is 1d6 plus
Oh
my
wait.
dexterity.
Okay, wait. Ignore what I said. I
And the
shouldn't
cleaver
have
of
said
threat that
that.
you gave me was 1d10 plus
Okay.
dex.
Yes, I should rethink this.
So I
want
want to make sure that we get that right.
Metal. Okay. Okay. We can discuss more of this a little later. I want to get to certain other things. As much as I want to talk about this more, but I want to put that on hold.
No, I fully get you.
Okay. Whom else is doing stuff?
Curious, what is Abaddon doing?
Avalon's just fucking taking a nap or.
I'll let you do another roll, by the way, Abaddon, if you want. Albeit, I'm assuming you guys would get to the place within 5 hours, unless you nap one a couple times. I'm sorry, I cut you off, didn't I? I'm sorry. Go on. Yes, I didn't.
Yay, 20.
Wait, did I cut you off, or were you gonna? Was that it?
They were rolling while you were talking.
Oh, no, I mean they said they were gonna take a nap, and then I thought they finished their statement, but I'm not sure if they actually did.
Jeff takes a nap when what's it called? I think Sardonyx said that they can also nap good, but so Abaddon would probably ask Sardonyx to take over while he naps.
Okay. All right.
And he'd sharpen his weapons before he naps.
Okay. Is Sardonyx? We can do some of this in the out of session RP in, this coming week, and maybe some more stuff depending on what happens. But do you intend to talk to Trebold to any degree? And you can't really talk to the other person because they're up in the sky, being held pseudo hostage.
Wait,
As in, if you have any big questions or things you have right now, for more
I
detailed
would,
discussion, we can.
I would most likely just. Okay, wait, no, hold on.
Also, he's not being held hostage in the sky. He's most likely like it literally takes me like half an hour to get there.
Yeah, but you don't need to breathe air, and you didn't think about the fact that he does.
And he has a mask. It could be magic. You don't know. But...
Okay. Well, I hope so. Otherwise, he's gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning because Mortar didn't
also,
care.
it's because she knows his capabilities. I'm positive Greg has been staying alive up there.
You're positive that they'll stay alive on the volcano? Okay, good. I'll use that. If that's what your viewpoint is, I'll find ways to canonize it. If that's what you had in mind. Actually, wait, that's something before we say that. But if you feel like your character would be positive, but they would find a way to deal with it, then they probably do, because you've known them for a while. Albeit, things could go wrong.
Did you say anything to Treble though?
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm basically just going to ask Trouble what he wanted to speak to me about.
There's something you need to be clear. I don't want to have to fight my brother. If they go after us, I will have issues. But I have to ask. You do realize his wife was at the port.
Sorry?
I know you've never met her.
Mm-hmm.
But she was at the port. That's the person I was looking for. I started looking at. I don't know her name, but I've seen her. I mean, I think actually, no, he would know her name. Actually, yes, he would know her name. Fala. Her name, actually, Fallow. That sounds better. Her name Fallow. I went to the wedding in map time. Yay. Kertambo. She's quite strong, but she was out there. That means she must have came with him. I don't know. I don't want to have to fight my brother. If we can deal with things differently, but this is I don't like this. I'll always be part of his clan, but I have issues with having to deal with my brother in this way. Also, do you truly trust all these people?
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here, nor would I risk making such a bold move.
Okay, I don't really know why Firefly up there is still isn't letting our friend down, but who knows what. Albeit, if anything, he's probably learning about the policies of the politics of the Goliaths right now and all sorts of shit. Okay, well, tackle later.
I must say, I have no intention of having you fight your brother, but your brother never batted an eye, bringing his weapon towards me, and that he has made an enemy of Agbolan.
By the way, that thing's in his hands an ancient weapon. I'm not exactly sure where, but
By the way, I'm gonna get this straight. Humboldt brother is the only one who hit me.
What? Is the old one who hit you?
No, the only one. I've only taken damage from Gert.
Wait, you've never taken damage? You've taken damage before in this game.
No, I've only taken damage from Gert
in the
last tournament.
Oh,
no one else
okay.
actually besides him.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, yes. Well, that ancient weapon. Do you have any idea what it could be? I have some ideas of. I'm thinking it's either from the. Whomever the ancient, which I don't actually have a name for.
I'm actually gonna roll to see
the ancient
if I
warrior.
recall.
Are you gonna roll or what?
Yeah, history.
Okay.
Or canon. What would you say?
Yeah, that fall asleep.
Ian?
What?
What would you like me to roll?
Wait. We're gonna get to you very soon. No, unless wait. What was your question though?
Go. What would you like me to roll? I thought it was 3.
Oh, history. Oh, I thought I already said history. Okay, sorry.
Damn.
Dang, skill issue.
I have rolled the same thing for history, and this is my strong suit. This is
Okay. Let me
insane.
check something. What did you roll?
Our rolls
Oh,
have been
boy.
asked today.
Yeah, you don't quite know. You're not sure what it's called. You're not even sure the clan it originated from. You can't even quite remember the names of the ancient warriors from them. It's probably almost certainly not from your clan. It could be Northeater, but maybe not. You don't know why it'd be that. You're like, you think it's Goliath, but that's about it. And you're not even hardcore score on that. It could be a lesser known third thing of the Aslo clan, or who knows what. But you're thinking it's probably a Goliath, of a Goliath giant, like ancient weapons.
So,
You're not really sure.
I am clearly not thinking. I am clearly not thinking.
Okay. Okay. With that in mind, you guys probably will talk a little more. If you want to, we can do it. Is there any other additional things you want to say to him or anyone else? And actually, we can use this time for a little bit of RP before I get to the Norna stuff, because if it's what I'm expecting, it might just be
I had
bit
some
much.
family things, by the way, so I'm like popping in and out, but like at me if
Okay.
I'm like.
I
something
was gonna
important
ask you
pops in.
next if there was anything you need to do. Is there anything you want your character to do when this happens?
No. Unless Hazel's told me what Telth told her, I'm not concerned. Yes, what's up?
Come in here and talk to your grandmother.
Yep, that's family stuff, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
I would
If
not
they-
have mentioned anything about Quell Baggy or whatever the fuck her name was. Was that
Oh,
it?
you wouldn't have? Yeah, it was Quell Baggy.
I mean,
Originally,
I feel like Victorian
Okay.
already knows everything they need to know about Quell Baggy based on the way that they responded to them earlier.
Yeah.
At least that's my stance, my thought.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything before Normals? And this includes talking amongst yourselves. Look across it. I mean, look for perhaps like that ancient weapon that's apparently on the boat, or fused with it, or anything else.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
trebuchet. I thought we already knew that.
Oh,
Well-
the trebuchet was not the ancient weapon. Actually,
Oh.
I take it back. I take it back. You don't know if it was. I guess you don't know. It could
Fair.
be. I guess.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's one of the
possible.
things Normalist was going to look at and figure out the properties of.
Okay.
I'm the least good person here when it comes to discerning if something is a artifact or not.
Okay. Albeit he said he used it and it fused with the boat, but which I guess it could be Vitributate, but that'd be an odd thing for like, okay, hey, by activating this thing, it will now fuse to whatever. But yeah, if that's all, I'll go to Normalist. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including
Aside from
someone who wants
me
to
and my
sign?
thing, which we'll work on later, I assume.
Okay, yeah. So possibly after session, more likely across the week.
Probably,
We
yeah.
might be discussing some others depending on. Okay, sorry. I don't
Yeah.
think I wanna go on. Okay.
We'll be in contact throughout the week. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Okay, Normalist.
Normalist would, first and foremost, because it is the most privy potential threat where they are right now, would ask Carl with a K. Yes, where did you say this item was? I'd like to know its properties, since we are now in a large body of water, and I'm not keen on sinking. I'd like to, identify it.
I don't know if you easily can. It was a necklace, a fang necklace.
Yes, and where is it now?
The necklace of Fenrir. It is. I placed it in the after activating it from however I understood it. It kind of happened. It was awkward when it happened, to be honest with you. I didn't actually mean to do it initially, but I was grieving. It in the cabin of a ship. It was on the floor, but it fused with the wood and shifted. I don't know if it's gone or if it's somewhere in the ship, but I can't find it. I think it's fused deep in the wood somewhere.
As the ship is considered by technicality a singular item, Normalist will attempt to identify the ship.
So the ship is not magical. It seems to be that at least based on what I'm about to, I'll explain this thing. I'll give you identification in a sec. But just saying, what you get the idea is that it didn't necessarily fuse with the ship fully. Rather, it melded into the ship and is now hidden somewhere in the wood of the ship. Actually, wait, let me rethink this.
I do have a free detect magic I can use if
Let me rethink
really
this.
need be. Like I can cast detect magic.
It has okay. The ship is a object which was not magical but now is.
Okay.
It is magical by association with a object that is ingrained within it now. The properties, the ship is the wolf board. It is the prize ship of the Mannerfell clan. And it's been around for quite a while, several hundred years. Actually, not 100. It's been around for like 100 or so years. Having some, I'll say it's been around for 100 years. The specifics of, like, to what extent has been replaced has been varied, and in the past it may have had magic of its own, which is degraded. However, currently it is magical in regards to the item that has been ingrained into it, which causes the ship to be far more sturdy than it would otherwise. And also allows for it to be the spawning place of Fenrir, or a portion of Fenrir, depending on circumstance, if the target of the activated item gets closer. This doesn't necessarily telling you what the item does, but it's telling the magical effect that has been placed upon the ship because of the item.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
After doing that, he has a decent understanding. He's happy with the message he sent up to Moritar because it is accurately depicting the current circumstances. Normalist would take all of his copper pieces, so I'm going to subtract that just straight 0, and go through and cast Gentle Repose on every corpse on the ship.
Okay. That's what you were going to say when you were going to ask them to. Oh, you're a Triskep, sorry. Carl kind of looks to see what you're doing, and after some like kind of looking upon what you're doing, they finally realize what you're doing. I'm familiar enough to know that you're doing something good. Thank you.
Yes, no, you are doing us a kindness by allowing us passes on this ship. The least I can do is ensure the bodies are as well maintained as they can be. And he's placing a copper piece over each eye of each corpse. And basically, gentle repose means for the next 10 days they are protected from decay and cannot become undead.
There's something I should probably tell you. I didn't want to say it at first because I didn't want to cause an issue, but the reason I took that, the reason I took that fang was I had always had the belief that the items of Vetnor were likely here in Vetberg. And based off the things, I'm in the understanding that based on my clan's oral history and oral tradition, that the wolf-bitten hand must have been used. I know that much. I was unsure if I should say that out loud, because I know if you were from the Vetnor clan, some people really don't want to talk about that, but I'm a werewolf. I've been a Lycan for some time. I have a feeling that if I didn't have that fang in my possession, or even near me, something really bad would have happened. I actually kind of regret bringing it because I feel like, well, I don't know if regret is the right term, but actually, I don't regret doing it. What am I saying? Well, actually, I might have been dead too. I probably would have been aggressive and someone would have killed me, so that would have been, I guess, it's a better state than now. But my point is that I think that I don't fully understand. Well, I'd always heard that that thing could help with lycanthropism, but in ways that were non-typical. And I believe that the reason I was not made aggressive by that thing may partially be due to the fang, or the fact that I had, my lycanthropy has been. I mean, I don't know if I could turn into a werewolf when I was wearing that thing, but I'm not fully sure. But I'm mainly in the belief that it just lessened it. There's actually one other question I have to ask. I heard that in that city towards the north, I saw a couple of different points, and that's why I mostly stayed towards the docks because I was frightened. But I heard that the people from the Kingdom of Carden were in the city. Did you see any of them?
That's you in our path, yes.
Okay. That's bad. Did they obtain anything of power?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. My mother was from there and she escaped. My lycanthropism was genetic per se, if you know the science terms.
Your lover?
No, my mother.
Mother. Okay, I totally misheard that. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, I'm like, Claire? Okay, glad I clarified. Your mother escaped, I see. It sounds like someone's trying to talk.
You're going a little over a body, boss.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear you, yeah. I think you might not be close enough to the mic, possibly?
It's pretty close. Well, so what you say? I felt the need to tell someone, but really only because, well, not inherently, more so because you did something nice. I was kind of afraid to tell people initially, but I might as well now. Meaning, I feel like if I go too far from a ship and a full moon occurs, you'll know what will happen.
Understood. It is my firm belief that the dead are due as much respect as the living are. and I do my best to uphold that.
Yes. And I want to be clear. I believe Fenrir watches over all of us.
That
Well,
is
at least,
a
well,
terrifying thought, truthfully.
oh, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a cherished way. I think that he watches upon us and makes sure that the creatures of the night will not harm us, albeit at least to a less, to some degree. That always happens, but you know, to a lesser extent than it could have been. At least for those that, okay, when I say us, I mean me and my clan, but I also push that to you because of how you've helped us.
I see, yes.
Assuming you truly have.
Well,
Thanks a
then
lot.
I appreciate Fenrir's kindness. Should it be imparted onto me?
Yes.
Um.
No.
Was there what you wanted to say? I'm sorry.
He not too much else. He would talk to you a little more, and then he would kind of go take a nap.
Okay.
What's the next thing you want to do?
So I identified the thingy to the best of my ability.
Okay.
No. I'm going over what I've already done. I identified the boat to the best of my ability. I cast Gentle Repose on each of the corpses to prevent decay and such.
Do you identify it?
Oh, I'm debating whether or not I want to go on a unthought out rant on sardonyx or not right now, or if I want to pre-plan that one. That's
Okay.
that's what's currently.
Now
going
would
through
be
my-
not a bad time, but I will say, if you do identify it and you do try to use the object, you do. I will want some time after to describe a lot of things. So it does a
Oh,
lot of stuff.
absolutely. My time is all yours. I'm in no rush at all. Personally, at the very least. Miss Nicholas, I've not yet truly had the chance to gather my thoughts. But I assure you, you are in for quite the verbal beating once I have a moment to properly do so. For your actions most recently, I may have been dishonest in my true goals, but at no point was that dishonesty a true detriment to the safety of the group. Yours, however, could have very well gotten us all killed, quite easily, mind you. And I don't have the full front to properly address that at the moment, but I promise you that time will come. Please tell me Sardonyx is here.
Oh, if they're not, I'm pretty sure they're in the call, right?
They're in the
Sardonyx?
call.
You heard that, I hope?
I really hope you did, because I would.
One more time?
Currently, I am steering the ship, so I am just focused.
But
No, did you hear
heard
that?
what I said, yes?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted to make sure of.
Is Sardonyx going to respond? No, she's just looking ahead. She understands what she did.
Okay. Well, everyone, I frankly don't know the capabilities of this item, but I do need to, well, identify them. I'm going to do so carefully. I suppose that's the end of the sentence.
And do you begin the cast to identify spell and do so?
Let me specifically say how I do so for posterity, because I want to make certain my legs don't get blown off.
Licks it.
Licks it.
It sucks. The person who knows the most about this is on a fly.
That's fine. I don't have a pair of tweezers on hand, unfortunately, so this will have to do. Norlis reaches into his component pouch and pulls out his massive
Lord.
spider web and drapes it into the bag and kind of like uses the bag itself to press it onto the eye and lifts it out without actually touching it with his hands.
Y-
And
you probably could have asked the guy for like tweezers. He might have had some on the ship.
well, I wanted to use my own stuff.
Okay, to be clear, this is cooler, but yeah, go for
I
it.
wanted to use my own stuff. I'm a self-made man. So I used the spider web to pull it out of the bag, and carefully lay it down on a piece of cloth so it is not prone to rolling around with the bowing of the ship through the waters.
I was about to say, you're gonna perform surgery on yourself.
Not
On a
performing
ship.
surgery.
Are you not about to put the
God.
eye in your fucking face?
No, I'm
I
identifying
mean, that's
you.
not hard. You get a spoon, scoop out your eye, and put the other one in.
See, that's
I'm
what a
tempted to change the
sociopath.
music.
That's what a sociopath can do. But unfortunately, I'm not Moritar. So
Or I just need to like just slap it in the face.
feel free, and if you think it's necessary.
It's not necessary. It's a bad idea.
Nautilus then reaches into his component pouch once more and pulls out a gleaming white pearl and an owl feather, and begins to ritually cast over the next 11 minutes. Identify using the pearl as a focused lens to see through at the eye of Odin, and kind of is doing a dance motion with the feather over the eye as he's casting the spell.
Okay. You guys have just seen Morlus throw out his eye, and you guys looking like anyone who sees his eye right now. It's the eye he's put in is wacky. It is a very detailed looking eyeball. It doesn't look like any eyeball you've seen before, but it's not to say it's not like he just put in like an eye of a fly or something. It's a vertebrate eye of sorts, but its iris is just stunning. It is just array of colors. But it's not just saying it's like a rainbowy eye. It's a yellowish. It has a bunch of variation, but it is a genuinely interesting and engaging looking eye.
What color is the sclera? Normally the white of the eye. Is it still white?
I would say that it's I was thinking either yes, but I want to find a better like image for it. I was gonna say it's like a I was almost gonna
Does
say
it look
this
like a
black.
glass eye?
No, it looks like a biological eye. I should. So it looks like. So I'll add another detail. It firstly does. It is a little dark. Like this.
That's actually a good
The
one.
sclera is a little, or the white part of the eye, is not quite white. It's a darker color, like a dark blue, and also along with the additional like biological prettiness of the eye. It almost looked like, it's hard to say this, it almost has like a tattoo on it of sorts. It has some, you see a runic symbol, kind of, which wasn't there when you initially saw the eye, but now he's attuned, now that it's far from attuned, it now shows its truest form, which, I'll send the image, along, just kind of like, at a
Ooh.
50% translucence, or more so opacity along the eye, you would see this symbol, which doesn't always show itself like it, as in like initially it's really pretty, and then like a couple seconds of looking at, you'll sometimes in and out you'll see the middle image, the center circle of that twisted like rune.
That is very, very cool. So that's what it was when you were screaming like that.
Yes, it was quite painful.
Yeah, I can imagine. You jabbed... I don't even want to think about that. Now what? What can you do with it?
I can do what I need to. I can use it to help locate my son. Unfortunately, the more prevalent goal right now amongst the party is stopping this volcano.
Then you have time to look, don't you? We're not there yet.
Meta-wise, he does, but if he wants to wait like a while, that's fine too.
No, I can look. It's just if he's alive, he's moving, and his location will change. And since I can't make my way to him right now, I'd rather not.
Okay. Would you mind if I say something meta-wise?
Sure.
Maybe.
If you had, I know you haven't read through the entire thing, but there are 3 abilities to it. There's Unparalleled Vision that gives you all the special vision. There's the second ability, which will allow you to find them. And there's a third ability that is specifically meant to help you with that issue you have. In terms of them, you know, in terms of the time issue. Do you see the third ability?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm saying is that the existence of that makes it so that once you gives you can do things how you wish, but that would mean that there wouldn't be necessary, if you would intend to eventually use that, it would mean that it wouldn't necessarily be pointless to do it.
I
in
didn't see that
second
curse.
ability now.
That's great. I didn't actually.
Oh, there's also that thing too. I thought
Oh.
I put that to the bottom and made its own thing. I thought, should I put that at the top? I feel like putting curses at the bottom is the standard thing to do. I wish I specified that so you would know, because that's important. Oh, I feel bad if you didn't know that.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you scrolled through the. Oh yeah. Okay.
There was a lot there. No, I didn't.
That's all.
Okay, that's
well,
fine.
You could have looked at the
Whatever.
semicolons.
Well, no.
Wait, is there not a
that's fine.
There should be. I hope there's a semicolon. Okay. But you saw the second ability though, right? I mean the third ability though, right?
Yeah, we'll do this later. I'm not using any abilities now.
Okay. Meta question, and this is important for planning. Do you intend to do so anytime before like all the volcano stuff, or do you intend to do it after that?
Probably after.
Okay. I just need to know that for planning purposes, because it will have an effect on the next couple sessions. Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, in that case... sorry, I didn't walk for a second. We can end the session here. I don't see the reason to go any longer.
Yeah.
That means 3.5 hours.
Okay, yeah. This was, depending on how things went, this was either going to be a really short session or a really long session. I am slightly surprised it went as long as it did. And I will say, if you did use that ability, I would have stopped the session immediately once you had done so and give some explanation for what was going to happen afterwards. But either way, Amethyst already left, and I'll just give Vera a boom point and let you guys know. It's for Hazel, for all the stuff with the Team Cleaver of Fraud and your interest in, well, actually, sorry. She said attempting to do stuff. I'm assuming they refer to like attempting to possibly sell it, but also the all the wacky things you did more recently in terms of the special attunement stuff and all that.
You say wacky stuff. All I did was touch one sword to another sword.
Well, it results in some pseudo wacky
touching
stuff.
tips.
Touching tips, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And I
sword
touched some
throttle.
tips together, and then magic happened. Anyway, I will cherish Sardonyx's boon point.
I'm gonna give a boon point to Normalus. Wait, let me rethink this. Yeah, I'm gonna give a boon point to Normalus for a couple of things. Actually, I guess there's a lot of things, but I think I'll give it initially for something more minor. Actually, I'll just do one thing. Which is them casting the spell on the bodies to prevent undeath from occurring.
That was
I thought
really
a nice
cool.
touch.
That was a very cool touch, and I really like that.
And I forgot that wizards had that spell.
I did too. I thought it was only a cleric spell.
I guess it makes sense that they would for like necromancer stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Who would like
Uh,
to go next?
I'll go next. I would like to give my boon point to Nornalis for, honestly, the determination of your character to actually rip their own fucking eye out to find their son is metal as hell, and that's awesome. And we need to be aware of how cool that is as a father.
Thank you. I'll give my boon point to Lortar for staying stubborn in his ways and
Yeah,
continuing
very
to
in
do
character.
I
Do
swear,
what-
when I get a chance, I'll play a character who's not just gonna be like, yeah, fuck him.
You're
Just-
starting to make Hazel look like a nice person. And it's not good. She's supposed to be a shit.
I'm a shitty person, Marta. I'm
God.
a good person.
These next
can't
couple
alter your opinion,
sessions
though.
are gonna be fun because oh god, you're gonna learn things that are gonna make me that are gonna like have some questions to be asked, and I don't. Oh boy. In regards to Moritor, in regards to other shit. Oh god.
It's okay, I won't abuse this feature you've given me.
We'll see.
I'm just gonna start playing Risk of Rain with this weapon. Just keep throwing shit into it just to see what
Boy.
works.
Oh, I know. I mainly meant. Well, I said that. I mainly meant because you're in a. Oh shit! I don't actually know if everyone knows about the island, and in connection to certain someone.
What?
Oh god, I want to say it, but I realize you don't know, so I'm not gonna say it. Oh god.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Marta's just playing in the stand right now, waiting for everyone to show up.
Okay. Yeah.
You're listening to that one
Um,
Tally Hall song.
Okay. Who's doing the next boom point?
I don't really know who I can give my boom point to.
You could give one to
uh,
me. I just spent 7 of them.
Yeah, but like the one I was gonna give it to has already been used.
I mean, just do it again.
That's against the rules.
Rules are made to be broken.
I can't give it to Norma. He's basically had her for he's done taken.
No, you should give him a 3rd boon point.
I'll give it
deserves
to
it for this.
Victorian. I'll give it to Victorian for actually arguing and agreeing to give up their life.
You'll
Too
have
bad
to
they're not
add
here
that.
to
I did
know about
wonder if
that.
they were genuine. I did wonder if they like were actually going to like keep to that promise or not.
Too bad
I
Mortar
didn't
didn't
have
overhear
him
it.
do a check, and I kind of wish I did.
Too bad they didn't have Mortar overhear it. They might enforce it.
I mean, Mortar could have been on the ground with us if they wanted to.
they didn't.
Lands. Fenrir shows up, gets back on flies up. Fenrir sits there,
Fenrir
looking up.
jumps. Fenrir
Just
opened
whines
a
like a sad
portal
dog at a
and-
bird in a tree.